I do love the sci-fi music. Oh, and welcome back. I didn't realize we were live. All right. So, last week, our party went to Yosara's homeland? Titania's prison, where they were expecting a lush, green, beautiful place, but instead they were met with desolate, brutal, cold, miserable, basically Michigan. And they realized that very quickly the environment itself was practically trying to kill them, where they had to make a decision to try to camp and survive it or power through the night itself and find shelter. The party decided to venture forth and find shelter, where they were met with a terrifyingly cold north wind. The wind began to chill them, causing points of exhaustion. That began to cause a downward spiral, and right as everyone was on the verge of death, they managed to find shelter and begin to warm themselves. There we have taken off as you guys all found your way into a cave. You're sheltered from the wind, and you're not taking direct cold damage or cold points of exhaustion, where Yosara found a very interesting thing that seemed to speak with her. And let's just go ahead and kick things off and see where things go. You guys are now in this hole in the ground, being about 10-15 feet deep. Maybe 15 to 20 feet in diameter, a chasm. Small little just area protected from the winds. What do you guys want to do?
Baby, it's cold outside. We're stuck
No.
in a hole tonight. I think I'm going insane. I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, I gotta confess something. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out of this hole. I think I'm gonna die in this hole. Like I can't climb 10, 15 feet.
Yeah. We're gonna die.
Okay, maybe
in this
Sana, maybe if I get on your
hole.
shoulders.
We're all
but-
gonna die in this hole.
Am I
We're gonna
conscious
die
again?
in this hole.
So you're not technically unconscious, your just movement speed is 0 as you've taken 5 points of exhaustion and are near frozen to death, but not quite.
Okay.
Oy vey.
I
Alright,
really
so
can't
There's a
do
hole
anything
in the
tonight.
world.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I got like nothing to.
yeah, if
help
we move,
here.
we're gonna have to drag her. We have to. Our only option is to try to hole up here, get some kind of. Can we even get a long rest down here?
Uncomfortable and it's cold, but you could try if you probably did some things to make the area a little bit more comfortable.
Cael, do you
Anybody
have any, spells or
Have any
anything?
furs that we could wrap up in?
You know,
Children can conjure things.
the last fur I remember was the fur doe, or what was that creature you pulled out of the bag, Cael? Didn't we give that to Dimkin?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, alright.
He was the coolest guy I
I
ever
have-
knew.
Book of Elven Kind. Does that help me at all?
I mean, I've got a tinderbox. I've already extinguished my torch. We don't really have any fire. I mean, I have
Well-
no way of warming us at all.
I got
Yeah.
a little bit of oily meat that I could burn.
Oh, you still have
It's-
some of that meat from like way,
Yeah, it's
way back
it's
when?
probably not good to eat anyway.
I mean, how long do you think that'll burn, though? Or would it even provide warmth? I don't really have anything to put on top of it to build a fire.
I've got beer.
I've got
I
spice I
think
could put
beer
in
will
that beer.
keep us warm.
Where's your
I
head
mean,
again,
away.
children?
I think one of us has to. One of us might need to look for help, but I don't know if that's even possible. What's
Um,
all everybody's levels of exhaustion? I know you're at like 4
So
or 5.
I'm
You're
at 4. Ildren, you're at 4. Yosara's at 5, and Cael is at 4. So we're all at a level of
Tired.
almost being unable to completely move because of how tired we are.
I did have an option of like dancing with my green flame blade, trying to spread fire around, but I wouldn't be able to arrest it all during that.
Nope.
I mean, we can take turns. I can pop off some produce flame, and you do your little dance.
Yeah.
You're gonna warm us with the power of dance, Ildren.
Yeah. You just gotta keep moving. That's the key.
I'll help you. What about? Will that really spread to the rest of us?
That's
Now,
what I wanted to find
again,
out.
just to describe the situation, you guys are in a small, it's kind of a chasm / cave underground, and it goes straight down. There's about a 4-foot hole on top, and inside it's dry in there. It's just basically a stone floor. It's protected from the wind, but it's still, cold as shit in there.
Are there any passages around us, or does it continue to go down at all, or is it just this like pit?
It's just a pit, a little bit of ice on the top.
I mean, we could basically
What were you
turn this
saying?
into an oven. If you think about it, I mean, you
Yeah.
set fire down here. The only problem is heat rises. So while it would warm us for a bit, the heat's going to go straight up out the top.
But being
if we-
underground will insulate us.
What if we do a cuddle puddle? Just
Well,
everybody get real cozy, and we just hibernate for like a week.
I don't hibernate, Cael.
Like bears?
You think we
The
could get
fire
a
just
peek
kind
out
of
down here?
opens her arms and is like, well, I can't move, so y'all gotta come here.
All right, well, how do we do a cuddle pile? I've never, what is a cuddle pile?
I'll be on the bottom. I'm sure I volunteer.
It's fine. Just everyone just pile on top of each other.
Are you
You know,
sure?
I'll arrange the furs and everything around you, or your extra coats, whatever
And
the
Sana's
whatever
gonna
we
look
have.
at her armor and just be like, "Are you guys sure you want me to lay on top of you with my armor?" And
We should probably take the
and
armor off.
everything
Your
else?
armor's probably just gonna keep you
I'm just
freezing.
saying, like,
Yeah, it's not gonna help.
this feels like it would be an uncomfortable idea.
Everybody, it's obvious we got to get naked. It's gonna get skin to skin contact. That's
Yeah.
the most.
Honest to
it's
God,
going
if
that
it is,
direction.
Honest to God, if this is a real survival situation and we're all freezing to death, yeah, that is the best option.
Glad that I could be the person to say it.
But I'm the dancer, so I'm not getting under there.
So what? We're gonna curl up. The three of us are gonna curl up in a pile, and you're gonna dance around us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm the god of the party, man.
That's perfect.
Alright,
This
whatever.
looks like the worst sacrifice.
I don't know if this is even gonna work, but I'm gonna take off this armor, and
Just wait for the
Sarah.
paintings of this.
Sana starts walking over to Yosara just to pick her up.
My only
Yeah.
regret is we're not big enough to have people drawing fan art.
Kale's stripping
No.
down.
I do have some feathers we can add to maybe make it a little warmer in here. I have the giant chicken and African
Oh,
swallow
many
feathers
feathers.
from that one place.
So
Yeah.
you're bringing a feather tickler to the party. Great.
No, I'm making a
I
down
see your smart
comforter.
pull out a feather, and I'm like, wow, kinky.
Okay, so are we laying on this feather? How big is this feather?
I have at least a handful of feathers from this giant chicken and some
Why
from
don't
the
you just
African
make
swallow.
yourself a feather pillow? We'll just
I also
all
have
cuddle
this
up.
like elven cloak. I could make a little like pillow.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, just put down the feather and the pillow and lay yourselves down.
Kale's just like kind of like continuously using produce flame on the ground itself to try to like if there's any sort of ice on it or anything, to kind of thaw it and potentially heat up this rock as for a nice little warm bed.
Cael, roll Arcana.
All right, my strong suit, knowing stuff.
Oh wait. Skill checks disadvantage if you're at 4, right?
Yeah. So I'll roll.
But he's
roll again.
within 10 feet of Sana.
Oh yeah.
So I get to add a D4 to it. Okay,
Same-ish
so-
number. All right. 10,
Yeah.
not bad. So as you're just continuously producing flame, even though you're tired, for some reason, warmth of your flame starts to warm up the area around you, which makes you less tired. But then as you're going for a while, you start getting more tired. But you do notice that the ice is starting to melt on the ground, and the interior of the chasm is consistently warming up. It would be comfortable enough to sleep if you continue to do this, but while the heat is escaping out of the ceiling, you would have to continuously do this, risking more exhaustion.
While he was doing this, could I try to use Mage Hand, cast that, send it up to this hole, and like try to like push, I don't know, snow or ice over the hole, try to seal it, at least a little bit?
Cover it with your cloak, I say.
Anna, you got a shield, right?
Yeah, I've got
You got a
my
shield? We can
What do you want to
lift
do
it
with
up
my
there.
shield?
use it as
Plug the
a
hole.
lid
Well, it's big
to our
enough,
Dutch oven.
I suppose, but we'll need a little ventilation, so make sure there's some space for...
Well, will the shield even cover up the whole thing? How big is this?
Probably not.
opening?
It's a 5...
I mean, her shield's big, but the shield's big enough to have fit through at least once.
Yeah, it fits through, so it's like a 4-foot shield.
I think we'll still have plenty of ventilation. It's just help trap some of the heat in here.
Might have 2 vents on the side if you lay it like straight across.
Can I use Mage Hand to try to lift the shield up and lay it, flat across?
How much does the shield weigh? Go into your inventory. It should have a weight associated.
6.
6.
As you go to
6.
Mage Hand up, you are just... No, can't lift it. It's 5
wait, no.
pounds.
It's 10 pounds. I'm reading it right now.
10 pounds! Is it 10?
Yeah.
It's 10
Make
pounds.
it-
Oh,
Can't
Alright.
attack,
Mage
activate
Hand's
magic
in.
items, or carry more than
Alright.
10 pounds.
10 pounds, then yes, you can lift it.
Nice.
Alright, give me a dexterity to see if you can position, or Arcana, I'll let you pick, to see if you can position it accordingly by using your magic and mage hand, and you're tired as shit, so roll it with disadvantage, but plus a
Oh.
d4 because you're close to Sana.
What about a disadvantage again? Again, I didn't.
Right.
So the
Negative.
exhaustion.
Exhaustion. Yeah, okay. So even, it would be 18 plus, 21?
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
man.
fine. Even tired as shit, you're like, guys, I got this. And as you position that shield, it does reduce the amount of heat loss considerably by just blocking some of the extra wind. So as Cael is sitting there casting Produce Flame, going, whoo, whoo, and you're mage handing it, the entire internal chasm starts to get a lot warmer, and it consistently gets warmer until Cael brings it up to a temperature that is not completely unbearable. There's a little tiny bit of dripping water just from one side where a little bit of ice was trapped on the inside, but for the most part, it's now warming up in there.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Alright.
You guys go
Everybody
ahead and
get
sleep.
under.
I'll keep it going.
You want to take the first round?
Yeah.
Alright, I have to get totally naked.
Alright, as Ildren gets
Yeah,
totally
Cael's still
naked,
Sana,
as
seeing
Cael is
it-
producing flame naked,
Sana just like is slowly turning away. Just like
the two
There's no
girls in the
shame.
corner have their dignity, however the two men have just thrown it away for the sake of survival.
You'll
Cael,
have
you
to.
notice a little piece of ice, bright blue ice, drops to the ground.
Weird. Cael's gonna check it out.
We just got D&D bombed.
Yes, you did.
Said, can I roll, like investigate?
Yeah, go ahead, roll and investigate.
I keep forgetting to do disadvantage. It shouldn't matter, but
Doesn't matter.
yep.
As you investigate it, it's some sort of a blue jewel gem of some kind. Looks trapped slightly within the ice, but there's a little fracture where the ice hit, where it's broken open, and you could actually see and interact with the gem directly.
Cael kind of like looks around. All right. Reaches down and grabs it.
Okay. What's everyone else doing right now?
I'm just shivering in the middle of the room.
I have laid myself on top of your Sara, I guess, in like a, cuddly fashion. And I'm motioning to Sona like, come on, Come on, take off the armor.
I'm literally like, the only thing I took off was my armor, so my chainmail. So I'm in my normal clothes, and my back is turned, and like my arms are crossed, and like my back is facing everybody else naked, just like
Very
not even
slowly,
moving.
Ildren's arm just falls over you, and you feel him just kind of like.
Sana is literally gonna turn and look at it and just pick it up and just toss it away. And she turns back over and tries to curl up, like curling into a giant tiefling ball.
This is not a fun time for me, okay? I'm just trying to stay warm.
Don't touch me while I try to warm up.
Fine, freeze to death. See if I care. And I just roll over.
Okay, as you roll over, you feel the room getting slightly colder again.
Cael? Cael? How's that
He's
fire,
gone.
buddy? Cael not there?
He's gone.
No. What do you mean he's gone?
Disappeared.
I look around. It's the empty chamber. There's no more Cael?
There's no Cael.
Did I see him with that gem, or is that just not? That's not. I didn't see that at all.
I don't think you saw that at all, as you were
Mother.
trying to cuddle with Yosara.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sana literally pops up in like a seated position, crisscross applesauce, and starts looking around like, guys,
Shit.
Cael's gone. Cael is not
Yeah.
here anymore.
I pick up Yosara's head and I move it around. See, he's gone.
Cael, if you're here and just invisible, throw something.
Nothing is thrown.
I cast detect magic and just kind of scan the whole pit around me.
Yeah, there's a bright, huge, super glowing thing where the piece of ice chunk was.
Oh Jesus! I go over it to that spot. I say, "There's something here, magical. Do I get a sense of any school of magic in particular?
All of them.
All of them.
Dang.
And is the jewel there in the snow?
Yeah, frozen in the ice.
Okay, I do not
Wait.
fucking touch that
Hey,
thing.
Ildren,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need my shield back from up above, like right now.
Yeah.
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 put it
Probably.
back. And Sana
I'm
starts
gonna-
putting her armor back on, like no hesitation, just starts like buckling everything back in, and is just like literally about to.
I start getting dressed again. I'm like, okay, god damn it. Someone has to. Sana, can you like help me?
And I go over after getting my armor on, and I'm like picking her up and like holding her and just like
While
putting her clothes on like a doll. She's quite small.
while they do that, I'll cast Mage Hand and retrieve the shield and bring it down to us.
Okay.
And I'll put my.
You
clothes
guys
back
now
on.
have your armor and shield back on. Yosara, you're conscious but cuddled up in your bed trying to stay awake. What are you guys doing with the gem?
Is the gem still on the floor?
It's on the floor, yeah.
I pick
I
up
think
Trapped
we
in
are.
a little
Yosara.
piece of ice.
I'm one arm I have my shield, and the other
Okay.
I've like put Yosara like because my shield goes right here, so I've like holding her
Sure.
almost like a
Okay.
over here, like in her head's like
Okay.
right here, and I walk over to Ildren like just holding her like this, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna hold on to each other, pick it up, let's go. I don't know what's gonna happen, just come here.
All right.
Like I'm
That's,
like motioning to him, just like then
yeah,
I'm like,
I agree.
clothes on, put
He went
clothes on.
somewhere. I think it took him somewhere.
put your clothes
And-
on first.
As you guys
Oh, red pants.
As you guys touch this gem of strange yet immense power in the realm where a god once slept, this gem is so powerful it could even switch out the very concept of a god itself. And I think that's a good time to go ahead and say, Cael, go ahead and take over for a minute.
Oh my god.
Somebody roll a die for me.
Any die?
Any die. Thank you, Sana. You are in a state of nothing. You feel nothing, hear nothing, see nothing. And it's pleasant, you think, compared to the cold and the exhaustion of before. And then the world materializes around you slowly in stages of feeling. The first sensation to creep from the all-encompassing darkness is the whistle of stiff wind. It ebbs and flows, lulling to a soft hiss, swirling to a tempestuous gale. After a few moments, you feel it sting on your unseen skin, sharp and dry like the swift slice of 100 minute knives biting, cutting with each gust. damn cold is back. The ground beneath your feet feels soft and cold, and it compacts according to your weight. Ildren, light and nimble, almost hovering at the surface. Sana, broad and heavily armored, sunk several inches. Each of your dark-brained eyes strain at the solid obsidian sheet before you and behind you and everywhere, and finally it relents, lifting in a slow dissolve. You see each other, but you don't see Cael. You see towering frost-covered pines all around, the sky above them, midnight black and starless, but home to a 3/4 waxing moon. The white-painted earth seems relatively flat, though can't be certain as the ever-present wind whips and stirs the snow, blurring the dimensions of it. That's right, folks. We're doing a DM switcheroo.
Oh,
Everybody, except Alex, make a perception check.
oh my God, what is happening?
Ah, shit, disadvantage.
The world feels different.
No, you're not going to be exhausted for this. If Alex wants to reintroduce the exhaustion, then that's up to him.
When you guys get
wherever-
out, we'll deal with it.
Okay, well, 5.
A 5. Yosara, you see everything and understand it all. No. With a 5, and I see Ildren with a 21, Sana with a 13 with a 5, you realize, Yosara, that it's not actively snowing, but the way that the wind is moving the existing snow makes it almost as difficult to see as if it were snowing. And as you turn about, Yosara, everything just looks the same. Your eyes have adjusted to your new environment, and you're beginning to get your bearings, but it is just everything, everywhere, the same. Sana, you perceive the blowing snow as well, and as you are figuring out your bearings here, you see that there is something different in one section of the skyline. Peeking through the treetops are mountains. At first, they're indistinguishable from the dark sky behind them, but now that you see them, they're obvious. And somewhere in the direction of the mountains, you spot the distant twinkle of lights. Ildren, roughly in the direction of the mountain and the lights, you notice, of course, the mountains as well. You hear something trundling through the trees and snow, something large and heavy. And as the wind shifts, your nose is hit by a rancid, acrid smell. Give me a nature check.
Smell. Hmm. 13.
13. There's something familiar about it. Something of the Fae, but you can't quite place what it is. As you're trying to place this smell with your initial perception of 21, you also notice, almost entirely erased by the wintry wind around you, but just visible in a zigzagging line, is a set of footprints in the snow.
Zigzag. There's something over here. Do you guys smell that?
Smell what?
Yosara looks up from the snowball she was making.
I take out my sword. I don't think it's safe here. And someone's been here recently, and I point out the footprints.
As Ildren points them out, you all clearly see these tracks. Anybody who wants to give me a survival check?
Are they bare feet? Like no shoes?
Or
Give me a survival check.
I got +1.
Not a bear, but
Somehow I did better than you guys. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so Ildren with a 14. You are the first to the footprints, and you're checking them out, and they are clearly humanoid. They're bipedal. They're relatively average sized, and as Yosara says, "Are they barefoot?" You indeed recognize that there are indentations of toes, one way longer than the others, but it's not the big toe.
Way longer than the other.
It's Cael's feet.
Wait. You paid
I would
that
not
much
recognize
attention to
Cael's
his
feet.
feet? I mean, I know he doesn't wear shoes, but I've never paid that much attention.
Why
to
is one of his toes that long, and why have I not noticed that whenever he got naked in the cave?
Yeah, I'm trying to block out the fact that everyone got naked except for myself. Thank you very much.
But you were
survival is
invited.
survival, okay? But Cael hasn't worn shoes ever since I met him, and
That's very
I've
true.
asked about it a lot.
Yeah, he
He's gonna
doesn't wear
lose that
shoes.
toe.
I remember that much. I just didn't know his feet looked like that. But okay. Well,
Well, we gotta find him. Well,
are his
we don't even
footprints
know where
headed
this
towards
is.
those lights? Because I swear, up in those mountains, there's some lights, and there's got to be people there, or at least some type of fae. Since we
So
Well,
all
there's
know
light
fae
just
well.
fire. I'll settle for that.
Lights don't always mean people, Sana.
I know, but other
It
than
usually
following
means
Cael's
warmth, though.
footsteps,
We need to get some.
if there's warmth
it-
over there.
And so as you're kind of drawing the line, tracing the footprints, what little of them you can still see, they do seem generally to be going in the direction of the lights. Ildren, you can still smell whatever it is that you smelled. It certainly wasn't Cael. I mean, yeah, Cael doesn't smell good, but he doesn't smell like this. And the sounds that you heard before is getting farther away. Also, seemingly in that direction.
Did something
think-
take Cael?
I think something either took him or is chasing him. We need to follow
Well-
these tracks. We need to get to him.
Are there any other? I mean, other than his tracks, that's all the tracks you've pointed out to us, Ildren. So I mean, one way or another, we're gonna follow these tracks. I
Well,
think.
Are we surrounded by trees, or is this an open
Yeah,
field?
you were in the middle of a forest. It's not incredibly dense, so that it would be difficult to traverse
this
it.
is-
But
This is the Feywild. There are creatures that can travel without touching the snow. There are creatures
No, I know
that can
that.
travel
I'm
without
just
leaving
saying-
footprints.
His footprints are still being left, so one way or another, he's walking right now, or running, depending
As
on-
of this area, but we need to start following it.
Yeah.
Can we pick up, or is Yosara? Can we still do the gurney?
I mean, is
No, we're
all
not.
of us standing up, right? With no.
Yosara feels refreshed.
Oh,
Not exhausted, is what it said.
Yeah, your exhaustion
Oh.
is temporarily on pause
awesome.
as you are in this new place.
I don't know what that stone did to us, but
All right, well, let's follow. The
we need to move.
footprints.
yeah.
Okay.
Hang on though, wait. I'm gonna. As we're going, I want to the trees closest to the footprints, like from where we are. I want to like break off a piece of a branch from each of them or something, and like try to leave some sort of like trail showing where we went.
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, the snow is deep enough that you're able to drive sticks into it and get them deep enough that the wind isn't going to topple them. So with that, go ahead and make a survival check with advantage, Yosara, since you're approaching this with a plan. Yeah, you're moving methodically, carefully, making sure that you're able to get back to this location should you need to. And before long, as you're dropping your branches into the snow, you see that there is another set of footprints, much larger than Cael's. Its gait significantly larger, and the sound ahead is getting closer. You are drawing closer, and then you spot it. 50 feet in the distance, through the whirling snow, it's a figure 9 feet tall or more. Through the snow, you see that its skin is a bluish white and covered in filthy, frosted fur. The creature drags what looks like a heavy limb of a tree similar to the one that you just were plucking off, and its knuckles nearly grazing the ground. And in its other hands, you also see that there's something, looks like cloth, dangling from it. Maybe because it's upwind, it doesn't seem to have spotted you. Real quick, the three of you make a perception check. Actually, all of you make a perception check.
Is Alex playing the bad guy?
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh no! What is happening, guys?
Okay, so you are all trained on this creature. Um,
Except for your Sora. And Sona is legally blind.
I see
Alex,
nothing.
can you make a check as well?
Yep. Perception?
I see nothing. What are these things that you speak of? There's nothing in front of me except the lights in the mountains.
I'm pretty sure it's still snowing.
Baby, it's cold outside.
We don't get to see your roll actually there, Alex. Is there a way you can change that setting?
No. Let me find out.
Okay, you can just I'll trust you. You just report your roll.
11.
11. Okay. Simultaneously, Ildren and someone else, you make eye contact as you are tracing the path of this creature. Ildren, you spot in the snow off to the left, moving carefully toward this creature at an angle, is someone. It looks like Cael for a moment, but then you realize that the frame and the swiftness and the poise are just all wrong. Alex, tell us a little bit about your character.
All right, that one rolled.
Hey.
My name is Bahatman. I am a very mysterious character. And I'm very persuasive, but also very intimidating and struggle to know the difference from time to time.
Absolutely.
And we can go into the specifics of my character as we get to know him, but he is
Sounds great.
cloaked, carrying no weapons, except for a series of small, it looks like knives on his belt, which carries a few other things as well. And a cape,
And
a black cape.
Bahatman, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Bahatman, you arrived in the woods not terribly long ago under circumstances that you can't quite explain. You were one place with your companion, and then suddenly you weren't. And she was gone. Then, of course, you espied this creature, slow and bumbling, but certainly a threat, and you had the good sense to wait until it passed before continuing your search, when you spotted, to your chagrin, the fur-lined cloak clutched in its hand. Robin's cloak. You stalk the creature, waiting for an indication or an opening. It doesn't notice you. You're close to 10 feet after making eye contact with who the hell these people are. You're close enough to lunge and strike should you choose. What do you do, Alex?
I am very stealthy, and I will strike from the shadows. Are there shadows around?
I mean, yeah, everything's dark, so you have plenty of trees that you could certainly...
Then I have no choice
lead
but
from.
to strike in the shadows. I will attack it with 2 punches.
Excellent. You rush in. Everybody roll initiative. Bahat Mahan, you're going to get to act first here outside of initiative. So you rush in, you strike with your fists. Go ahead and
20
make some attack
initiative,
rolls.
and
I don't know why I'm sorry.
does a 12 and a 13 hit?
They do not.
It must be the snow. Now I will attempt to retreat into the shadows.
Okay, so you swing your fist quickly, and because it's just moving, you miscalculate, and unfortunately, just you kind of glance off of its side. It stops walking and turns around and spots you, and suddenly you all get a look at this creature. Its face is... like, the proportions are all distorted. Its nose is exceptionally large and curved. Its ears stick out like a bat's wings almost. Its teeth are just jagged and crooked and yellow. And as it breathes, just this stench hits you all. Okay, unfortunately, because of the chat, I missed the initiative numbers. So we have 20 for Bahatman.
Okay, so we had, let's see, Ildron was 13.
13 for
Hotman
Ildren.
was 20. Sana was 12.
I rolled a 12, but I don't know why it rolled it with advantage. I'll re-roll if you'd like.
No, you're fine.
12 too. So.
Okay. Bahatman, you had the first chance to attack, and you get the second. Before it can even realize what's happening, you get another go.
I will run around to its front, dropping in very stealthily and say, "Hey, remember me?" And then I will make 2 punches to its face, attempting to stun it.
You leap up, trying to uppercut this. Do the attack rolls here.
23.
Absolutely hits.
Second attack would be a 20. For the 23, both? I will attempt to stun it.
Okay, so is that a con save?
Con save, DC. I don't think that's set up right.
You're gonna beat it. I got a 9. So it is stunned.
My second attack. Yes. And then I will be doing 12 damage to it.
Excellent. You strike with this vicious uppercut. You catch it right in the jaw, and it just staggers, drops down to one knee as it's just trying to brace itself from this totally unexpected attack. It is the creature's turn next, but
I will use the rest of my movement to drop down low to the ground and tiptoe behind a tree so no one can see me unless they saw me do that.
It's very, very obvious what has happened, unless you have a mechanic where you can hide as a bonus action.
I do, but I'm not going to use it.
Okay, so you see this cloaked figure with a bandolier of daggers and gadgets uppercut this creature, and
but the creature wouldn't see me.
No, it certainly doesn't. But Bahatman, you slip behind a tree. Ildren, Yosara, Sana, you three are next. You're like a good 30 feet away from this, and you see it unfold. Clearly, this isn't Cael. Neither of them are. What do you do, Ildren?
You guys need to pick up and just punch that thing? Alright.
What just happened? I feel like I missed something.
I just saw a guy uppercut that fucking thing over there. Has the creature noticed us?
You're not sure. It turned around and immediately got uppercut, and so it's stunned. So it's not moving at all or anything like that.
Okay, I take out my sword, and I'm gonna run for cover behind a tree. Just whatever, a tree that's probably about 20 feet away from this thing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hold an action to cast. Cast Ice Knife. Or no, I'll hold an action to cast Frostbite, but only if this creature starts charging me or Yosara or Sona.
Okay. As you are just totally focusing on this, ready at a moment's notice to unleash this attack, go ahead and give another nature check, this time with advantage.
Advantage? Fuck it.
Yeah, you can clearly see this thing now. You got it in your sights.
That's better.
Ildren, you've traveled about. You've read many a tome. You know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is an ice troll.
Oh, that sounds bad.
And you, from your recollection, know that attacking it with some sort of frost-based attack probably isn't going to be your best bet.
Sounds like a bad idea. I'm going to Ixnay on the Frostbite, and I even screwed up my pig Latin. And Boy, I hate being in ice environments.
Perfect for you.
Yeah, right. Instead, the only I don't want to. Yeah, okay. Instead, I'll hold an action to attack it and cast Booming Blade if I do so.
Excellent. You have your action held. Yosara, you're up. You see now 2 people dashing behind trees.
What? Fighting? What the fuck? And can I walk up to the thing? Am I close enough?
Yeah, you're 30 feet away. Your movement speed's at least 30, right?
Yeah, my speed should be 30.
Yeah, you can move your 30 feet for your movement. I mean, if you're moving at a very leisurely stroll, it's going to become the other characters would be acting at that same time, since we are in the middle of the combat still.
No, Yosara's gonna, I guess, run up to it. Use my 30 feet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my packed weapon to swing at it.
Okay, you're going to do that with advantage since it's stunned.
That's the only.
Gotta love stunning strike.
Whew, glad that was an advantage.
Yeah, you easily, with your packed weapon, make contact. Go ahead and roll damage.
Swinging my second shot, right? Level 5.
Yeah, and that hits too. And another 11 damage. Yeah, you're attacking a virtually motionless creature. You have this momentary flashback to yourself just moments before, but there's no one here to take care of this creature, and you're just wailing on it. Anything else, Josara?
Give me a second to check thing. Should have had it written down, and I don't.
I should have asked this last time, but do I know, since I have some knowledge about ice trolls, do I know if they're capable of rational thought?
You know that they are, that they can speak. Yeah. You don't know. You can't remember what language or languages, but they're certainly intelligent enough to speak.
Right. But they're
I'm
usually
gonna
in the mood.
bonus action dash towards this weird shadowy man that we saw, because I'm really intrigued and I want to find out more.
Okay.
I know I know where Ildren is. I want to bonus
Yep.
action dash towards the shadow guy.
Excellent. You move away from Ildren, who's maybe off on the right there a little bit, and toward this shadowy man. And you get as much of him as you can see behind his cloak and subterfuge.
What are you doing, dude? That's my turn.
Okay. Sana, you're up. You see your companions rush in and then veer off in different directions.
For my reaction, I'm gonna cast. Duh! How did you see me? Excuse me, not cast. Say, Duh! How did you see me?
Hearing random voices and seeing everyone hiding behind trees and a giant creature in front of me, I'm just gonna use my 30 feet of movement, walk right up to it and say, pull out my sword and slash straight at it and attack it twice.
Alright, go ahead with advantage both times. That hits.
Okay. And then I'll do this one as well.
And believe it or not, that also hits.
Okay, and I'll just do my damage.
Okay, consistent right around 11 damage a pop here.
And my damage.
You had to say something, Cael.
Yeah, you had to say something. Okay. And then
Yeah, sorry, darn.
Yeah, God.
for my bonus action, I'm gonna try and do something really special. We'll see if it actually works. It might not work.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
I didn't work, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Bahatman is back, or anything else on it, sorry.
other than if this creature wakes up, since it's right next to me, my aura of conquest is surrounding it because I'm like right in its face.
Okay,
So.
absolutely. And at the beginning, it's at the beginning of your turn that it's no longer stunned, right?
End of his turn with Monk.
Okay, perfect.
You're muted,
Then
Alex.
Bahatman, you are up.
You're muted, Alex.
As Ysara has just crept up on me and I've been startled, I'm going to run around the other side of the tree, run right up to the troll, get down in low position, look at Ysara who just crept up on me and go, hey, the bigger they are, the harder they stall. And I'm going to hit him twice.
God, I hope you
Your
No,
advantaged attacks.
Oh, advantage. All right, ignore those. All right, advantage, 23 and
You up?
20.
Yeah, same as last time. Go ahead and roll damage as you
8 to 9 damage.
17 points. Well done.
Then I'm going to quickly turn around before I know whether it's dead or not, move 5 feet forward and cast hero pose, and I'm going to stand with my hands on my hips, and a slight breeze is going to blow in one side, blowing my cape. It doesn't do anything, it just looks cool.
It looks hella majestic. So you're 5 feet away from the troll, you said?
Yes, outside of his immediate weapon range, if it's 5 feet.
Okay. You at the beginning of the troll's turn, it kind of shakes its head and rises back up to its feet. And unfortunately, it has an ability called Cold Aura, and so while it's alive, the troll generates an aura of bitter cold that fills the area within 10 feet of it. At the start of its turn, all non-magical flames are extinguished, and any creature that starts its turn within 10 feet of the troll is going to take some damage. So you feel just this cold radiating from the troll, but you're not going to take any damage unless it stays there. It also, as it rises, it looks stronger. It swings its club at Sana, who's the closest to it. I have no idea what anybody's AC is, so that's a 22, though. I imagine that's going to hit. Okay, Sana, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and a little bit of cold as well. You take 1 point of cold damage. 8 points of damage. It then reaches down with its just hideous maw and tries to bite you, Sana. That is a 19 to hit. So you are going to... Oh, anything? Do you have a reaction? Okay. Believe it or not, he's not super dexterous. That's a 6, so go ahead and roll your Hellish Rebuke damage. He fails.
I think it's 2. Is it 3d10?
It should be 2. Okay. Oh, okay. Well done. It is, and that is... do a perception check real quick, Sana, as you do this. Yeah, you got him good. But it doesn't stop him from coming in for this second attack as it bites down on your shoulder, dealing 10 points of piercing damage and a little bit of cold as well. That was from its first attack. The second attack, you're going to take another 7 points of cold. But that is the... Yes. That is the troll turn, though. It's not going to back down from an adversary. Ildren, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna run forward from my cover, staying out of range of this, cold aura that's been blowing around this thing. throw a hand out to Sona, cast haste on her. And I'm
Ooh,
gonna say,
excellent.
Sona, take care of this thing, and then I'm gonna continue running over towards this Bahatman, still without a range of this Cold War, just kind of flanking around, because he's like up in this thing's face, right?
Yeah, he's 5 feet away.
I just kind
With
of,
my back turned, with the wind blowing and my cape blowing.
as I go, I'm gonna ding my sword against the ground and start doing the blade song. Just activate that, gives me +5 to AC and some other random stuff. But I'm gonna run up to behind Bahatman and just say, "Who are you?" And that's on my turn. Yeah, action, bonus action, movement. Yeah.
Righteous. As your blade song is going, you notice that like the snow around where you're walking is like rising up into the air in like reverse gravity almost, and just it falls back down as it gets a few feet above your head. But it looks so majestic.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Perhaps even more majestic than a billowing cape. Who's to say? Yosara, you are up.
Okay, I just want to move so that I have a line of sight on the troll, and I'm not like shooting directly past either Ildren or Bahamut.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the troll.
All right. So you're keeping about like 30 feet distance then, we'll say?
Yeah, I'll stay at least 30 feet away.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks. Oh yeah, super hits. And equally super hits.
Ah, I rolled the wrong thing. Sorry, they were right next to each other.
Okay.
Do I get sneak attack on one of those because Sona's engaged with him?
Yep.
Sorry, I dragged the wrong thing. I don't understand what's happening.
We'll just take the 5. Since
Those
they're both 5s.
is accurate.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so you just beams of light pulsing from you crash into this troll. It is clearly overwhelmed and looking quite rough. Anything else, Yosara?
Going to bonus action dodge, and I'm gonna look at Ildren and say, clearly he's vengeance.
And with that, I'm going to use my reaction to, as he says, "Who are you?" I'm going to say, "I'm the shadow of the night. I am the reason criminals run in the dark. I am vengeance of justice itself. You know my name."
Yeah, for clarification, I'm totally fine with like just free talk. Like if you want to say something, especially if it's funny or
Well,
yeah,
I
go for
like
it.
using reactions for that because it actually
Yeah,
costs
if
me
you-
time to
yeah.
say dumb shit.
Okay,
keep it
Sana.
to a
Because you're taking so much time to enunciate in the theatrics that you're actually like freezing in combat to be like,
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
I genuinely believe that's how he would fight in D&D, is to actually use combat bonus actions to stop and do majestic shit.
Because he's so
Alrighty.
goddamn dramatic.
I'm
That's
role
exactly
playing
what I
as
say
fuck
after you
right
do
now.
that. I say,
Good.
so damn
I'm glad you get to
dramatic.
play a character. You saw at the start of your turn, you're going to take a little bit of that aura damage. It's 3 points of cold.
Okay, well, he has no movement speed and should be taking psychic damage as well.
Okay, how much psychic damage does he take from
It's
your
equal
aura?
to half of my paladin level, which is level
8.
8.
So 4
Um,
points.
Yeah.
This is your Oath of Conquest aura,
This
right?
is my aura of conquest that's been surrounding
Gotcha.
him. It surrounds me 10
Righteous.
feet, so he's been standing in it this whole entire time.
Yeah, already not a... Does he do that on the start of his turn?
Well, it's frightened if they are while in the aura. Hold on.
Oh, it doesn't automatically frighten it. You create this, if it says if a creature is frightened of you, its speed is reduced to 0 while in the aura, and that creature takes psychic damage.
Yeah.
So you would need to cast a spell on it that frightens
No,
it
that
for that to
doesn't
be
make sense though.
triggered.
Hold on. Then why do I have that?
If it is frightened of you, so you can frighten it like
Mhm.
with spells and stuff, or with specific like abilities or feats.
So it says the creature takes psychic damage equal to half your paladin level if it starts its turn there. So if it starts its turn in my aura, and I did just attack it, but okay.
It is added. That's an addendum to the first part of the ability, which says if it's frightened of you, its speed is 0, and it takes this damage. So if you have a way of frightening it, then yes. So that's something that we'll say because you didn't know. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Okay.
We'll give it a shot. We'll say you got to get a 15 or better.
Oh shit!
Ah.
Scary as fuck.
When I stomped up to
yeah,
it that
so-
first turn, I was just like menacing, sword and shield in hand, and I just beat the shit out of it. It turned around, it took a bite out of me, but it realized what it took a bite out of just a little bit later.
And the biggest thing is when you rebuked it with flames, you saw the fear really just in its eyes. So it takes that psychic damage. Its speed is 0. It's frightened of you. What do you do?
I am going to smack the shit out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and attack it twice.
Okay.
I didn't do that with advantage, but it's okay.
The advantage, it's not stunned anymore, so.
Okay, because that's right, because it was unconscious. Sorry.
But a 19 hits.
And then is that a crit?
No, it's gotta be a...
No, that's a dirty 19.
It's a
Meaning the dice has to show 19 or 20.
Okay.
And the second attack misses.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll your damage. The 11 party
then again.
continues.
Okay. And hold on one second. Let me see something. What the heck? And I am just going to smack it straight in the face with my shield and try and knock it prone.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Shield bash.
Wait, hold on. There you go.
So what save does it make? A deck save? Oh yeah, this thing is not dexterous at all.
I think it's strength, actually.
Oh, strength save. Ooh, it is strong. That helps. That is
Well,
a
it says-
15.
okay.
Well,
Is
but
it
you don't
dex?
have.
It says Dex DC 14. Save versus
No,
shield
no,
bash.
it is dex. You're right.
Dex
You're right.
DC 14 max.
Then it fails. It is knocked over prone.
Okay.
Nice.
So now attacks against it will have advantage. Bahatman, you didn't really notice a lot of this happening because you had your back turned. But you are going to, since you are still within the aura of this, you are going to take 11 points of cold. Ooh, rolling hot on those d6s.
Bahatman can take it, and I perceive everything! I am omnipresent! I will then run over directly over its face and say, I hope this doesn't fart! And then I'm going to punch it 4 times in the face. Using a key point for Flurry of Blows! And every
These
time you will
attacks-
see whoosh, come off of it.
These attacks have advantage since it's prone.
Okay, well, okay. We'll take my 15. And second attack is a 20. Dirty. Third attack is another 20. Fourth attack is a 13.
Okay, so the 20s hit, the 13 misses.
I had 15 for my first one.
With 15 misses, so 2 of them hit.
Just 15 points of damage, kill it.
15 points of damage. Oh, this thing is on death's door, but it is still kicking.
When I realize its eyes are still open, I go, well, my work here is done. And I'm going to quickly, briskly walk away as fast as I can, getting as much distance from it as possible, because that cold hurt.
Righteous.
Yeah, it can
Anything
take
else?
a attack of opportunity. Nope.
It's not even going. Its speed is 0. It's prone. I guess it would lash out at disadvantage. I rolled a nat 1, so horribly misses. It can't even stand up because it can't use any movement speed. So it is stuck prone. That is a brutal combo, Sana. And so it is going to, with its turn, just swing its club in an arc and hope to hit. I guess, Sana, you're the only one still nearby, right?
I am right next to this thing.
That's
Right, still in its face, considering I smacked the shit out of it with my shield to knock it backwards.
got a 9. Yeah, swinging with disadvantage. You got a 9 and a 12, so it misses both. And that is the end of its turn. It is just utterly helpless. Go ahead, Ildren.
I'll run up to this thing and or beside Bahatman, and I'll say to him, "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?" And then, does this thing look like it's gonna be? Does this thing look like it's pretty hurt, or is it still?
Oh yeah, it's very hurt. And Sana has pinned it underneath her boot, basically, and just waiting for the finishing blow.
Awesome. So I say that to Bahatman, and then I do a swirling somersault leap to try to do a badass final attack with my sword on this thing.
Love it. Go ahead and make your attack with advantage. And you know what? Because I think that's super cool. You have inspiration.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm picking up the wrong thing. Good thing I missed the box. Now, do I have to use that inspiration tonight, or can I translate it?
You can use it as long as I'm DMing.
Awesome.
I'll let you carry it over if it carries over.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. Oh, really?
Oh, this thing is...
That's so bad. I do another attack though.
Yeah, if you had to quantify how hurt this thing is, you would guess that it had like one little shred of vitality to it.
Oh my god. My one final cool attack will have to turn into 2, hopefully.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna roll damage. Oh, now I get better damage too.
There we go. Finish this thing.
Alright. Yeah, I jump, do a somersault spinning move, flourish, way too much drama. I try to drama the shit out of this. I try to out-drama Bahatman for sure. But in a more, flamboyant way. And just kind of drive it home into the throat of this ice troll. And I say, "Ice to see you."
Beautiful. The sword produces this spray of black ichor where its blood should be, and it struggles for a second, and then it just falls limp. Well done. Okay. You are out of combat.
Right after you do that, Bahatman comes over, and as you're pulling your sword out, you just hear, "You're welcome."
Sana is literally walking over, and as she's laying hands on the bite wound that she got from the troll, she slaps her hand, laying her hands on herself, just healing herself. She's like, "What on earth do you think you're talking about?"
Yeah, I feel like we did a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Yeah, after I stunned it. So, who are you 3 ladies?
I just hold my finger up like I'm about to say something. And I'm like,
And Sana just bust out laughing before Ildren could even say anything. Just like, head tilted back, just hands on hips. Gut laughed.
Bahatman looks at Ildren and goes, "I know what you're gonna say." What's that? Sorry, go ahead, Yosara.
For the first time in days, Yosara and Sana are both just cracking up.
We're just dying over here. Just can't stop giggling.
I'm so glad I could bring this much enjoyment to you guys out in this.
Yeah, Bahatman, you recognize that there's some joke that you're just not privy to.
Clearly in on the joke, Bahatman goes, seriously, pointing to Yosara, she's obviously a lady.
Am I? And Yosara, Mask of Many Faces, switches to look much more like Bahatman.
And then Bahatman casts Minor Illusion to terribly try to look like Yosara, but it's very exaggerated and manly in a fake effeminate way. Imagine someone just coloring with crayon all over their face.
Yeah, dude,
What-
that doesn't work.
I can do it too. It's not
What is
impressive.
happening? What? Everyone's faces go back to normal.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We will
Ildren,
gladly
real
all put
quick.
our faces back to normal.
Everyone listen to Mama.
Ildren, give me a
Bob,
perception check.
from now on,
as
son of
as you're
a-
Yep.
trying to figure out what's going on with all these faces.
Grandma. Perception check, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. Ugh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you are just going back and forth, and before you notice anything happen, the club of the troll swings again, and you all of your eyes train over to it, and you see that it is moving again. It misses its attack horribly, but you realize this thing is still alive.
Oh, crap.
We're back in initiative, baby.
Oh my god, do we have to reroll
In
initiative?
order, or
No, we're gonna keep the order. The last person to go is Ildren. Yosara, you see Ildren just leap out of the way of this
Start
club.
Again!
Yosara, give me a nature check to see if you know what's going on here. Now you remember. Would have been nice to know this a little while ago, but trolls have this very annoying ability of regeneration, and if you don't hit them with what they are weakest to, then they're just gonna keep coming back.
God damn it, Sana, we need you to set it on fire again. And I'm just gonna walk over and just hack weapon to stab down into it a couple of times while it's on the ground.
Yep, still within the aura, still frightened. Go ahead, make your attack rolls.
Because it's laying down, that gets advantage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
For a hit?
Critical.
It falls limp again. But you know it's only a matter of time.
I don't care.
Yeah, you whack off one of its limbs, or hack off, I should say, not whack off.
Which limb does it whack off?
Holding
Jesus.
club.
Yeah, we'll say it's the arm holding the club. It's just grievously wounded and, for all intents and purposes, dead, but not quite.
I'm still just stabbing it, and as I'm just very casually just stabbing off this arm with my pack up, I'm like, Sana, set it on fire again, like right now.
Sana, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do my bonus action first. If this works, it's gonna be great. If it doesn't work, it's not gonna. I'm gonna have to think of something else to do this. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh, it didn't work. Dang it. Okay. All right. Well,
The thing doesn't happen.
doesn't happen. That didn't work.
Okay, I guess this is technically too late, but you could hellish rebuke it because it did make an attack. It just failed miserably.
Yeah, and it was within 60 feet of me, but I
Yep.
had to be damaged by a creature. Is what the hellish rebuke is supposed to be activated on. So
This thing
GM,
is
it-
so nerfed right now
is it,
that it's
I
going to
mean,
be hard for it to hit.
Can I use a hellish rebuke on it, even though it technically didn't do that? Because that's not the part of the spell.
Roll a d20. If you get 16 or higher, we'll
Nope.
break the spell for you.
No, we're not gonna break the spell.
All right.
I just look at her and decide to. I mean, I like literally look at her and say, I can't. This is not how my powers and abilities work. I can't just snap my fingers like Cael and create a fire, okay? I don't have that powers. I can chop its head off for you. You want me to chop its head off, you, sir?
No, I already got that part covered as I'm cutting its arm off still.
Just
And
turning
so-
it into absolute mince.
And so Sana said, okay, fine. You know what? And she starts pulling out a torch and a tinderbox and starts trying to light the torch in her hand, just about to try and set it on fire manually.
Yeah, you know what? If you can produce fire and you can touch it with fire, then yeah, I would
So I
Hell,
have
that.
a tinderbox and a torch. How do you want me to roll for that?
Do you? I mean, it's something in your gear. I imagine
Yeah,
that
it's in my
you can
inventory.
light a torch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll to light a torch. You
Okay.
light a torch.
So I light a torch and I look at Yosara with the torch in hand. I'm like, is this what you wanted? And I start shoving the torch onto the troll's
It's a
body.
nice hole I've created in his body for her to put the torch in.
And I start just like
fits
stabbing the torch
perfectly.
down into the different holes.
Well, while those two are doing that, I'm gonna walk up to its face and go, "No, you have to hit it to what it's weakest to. Damage!" And then I'm gonna start punching it in the face.
As they're all doing that, wait, are we still in initiative? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, it's broken down by this point.
Okay. As they're doing that, I'm just
Stabbing
gonna
it
walk
with
up to the head of this thing and say, "I'm sorry, my bad. I should have done this to begin with." I'll cast Green Flame Blade and then swing down with it to do fire damage and normal damage once a week.
As you all keep attacking this for a solid 3 minutes, turning it into absolutely just a pile of shrapnel bones and
Mush.
bits of viscera, you are confident that this thing is charred enough that it is not coming back. Well done.
I take my torch out of the last wound I stab it in. I look at Ildron and his flaming sword and I go, "What the hell didn't you do that for her? Are you idiot?"
There was a lot going on.
What? You wanted to show off for some guy that calls himself Batman?
And I'm gonna go up to Sana and go, "Hey, be nice to her. She did her best."
You're right, she did.
I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one for right now. And I point the torch at him. But you say that to my face again, and you try and get up in my space, we gonna have issues. Batman! And I say it almost like with spit flying into his face, and I start walking over to Yosara.
There's the snowflakes.
You see Osara dismissing and resummoning her pact blade until it's fully clean of troll guts.
And I'm just talking to myself, just like, they only think that because I'm so elegant when I dance. That's the only reason.
And I douse my torch in the snow next to Yosara and say, how long do you think Ildren's gonna let him call him a female?
I mean, I think for at least another hour, if not the rest of the time we're here.
Yeah, no, I doubt that. Any thoughts on where Cael might be?
Why did you say that name? Sorry, who's Cael?
Okay, no, we need to cover one more thing before we go on. Who are you? Actually, not the spiel. I don't care. But
I mean, he literally keeps yelling his own name, so I'm assuming your name is Batman, Sana says, with hands on hips, and just kind of looks at him encouragingly to try and answer the question.
Why are you saying it's so weird? It's Batman.
That's what I'm saying, Batman.
You're saying it weird.
I don't know what you're
It's
talking
not that
about.
hard. Batman.
why were you tracking the troll?
Because it was evil. Also, I'm looking for my Robin.
Your bird? Sana
What?
says with a tilt of her head.
You're familiar?
No, my partner.
You said Robin. Robin is a bird.
No, it's not. The name of a fantastic hero.
No, it's the name of a bird.
You can friend, right?
What are your names?
My name is Sana.
That's the name of a bird. How do you like it?
Listen.
It's
I
not. Now you're just trying to throw accusations out.
try to put myself in between the two of them and just kind of usher Sona and Yasara just a few feet away and just kind of give Bahatman just that 1 minute, finger motion. And then I lean in and I'm like,
I'm hero posing again.
listen, guys. Obviously, he is not the hero we need right now, but let's be real, he's the hero we deserve,
I'm sorry, what the heck did you just say to me about this guy? The hero we deserve?
Yeah, because look how good we're doing. This is what we get stuck with.
No. And Sana's just shaking her head over and over again. No. Horns just flying with hair everywhere, just completely against what you're saying.
Oh god, I can't wait to use so many more terrible quotes.
Please do. I know this is exactly what Alex wanted.
You want me to lean into it, man? I'll lean into it.
Look.
The last stream ended on such like a dramatic note, and this is such a
shift. Yeah.
Okay.
But actually shift.
Okay, Ildren, my lady.
Yeah, man, don't win this. Girl talk over here.
I take that as a compliment. Where I come from, there's everyone takes
But
the
you know
orders from
what?
women.
Everybody seems to think you are a lady here and in the mortal realm. So you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. From now on, you are a she, her. I am not bringing this thing along. I don't care what you say. I will not have a member of my party yelling their name after every time they strike an opponent. This is not happening right now.
We're out here freezing to death. We don't know where we are.
We're not
He might have
freezing to
valuable
death
information.
anymore.
We could very quickly be doing it again.
Boys, shit.
What, Yosara?
Girls, ladies.
He might not be great, but I mean, he was useful in that fight, and
Just stun that thing.
whoever he's looking for, this Robin person,
It's a bird.
thing, whatever,
Robin's
this
a
bird, could also be in the same place as Cael.
Exactly.
Alright, fair. We're looking for
As
somebody
much as you
lost.
hate
He's
him.
looking for somebody. He's looking for a freaking bird.
It
Okay?
could be a person, we don't know, alright?
If I lost Jenny, don't you even. No.
I don't even want to go down that pathway. I'm gonna let you just have that over there. I turn to Yosara and say, look, I will fine with him accompanying me, but if he gets in my face one more time, I will shield bash him and then punch him in the stomach and knock his lights out. Okay? That's just all I'm saying. So what's gonna happen?
I really want to answer, but I know that my answer is gonna get you punching me in response. So, yes, I will do my best to keep him away from you, but I do think he might be able to help us.
Clomp, clomp, clomp.
Yeah, that's my one to stealth up behind you guys and do a stealth approach and say, hey, we should get moving.
And like
But
Sana,
Mahatman just struggles through the snow.
Sana whips around, seeing him struggling through the snow, and says, "Excuse me."
Sana, just come on. We're gonna put up with him until we find Cael, at least, alright?
I also
have the
noticed the
right-
troll was carrying something, and I bend down and pick up the troll's club. I found a club in his hand.
I have
Yeah,
the
it's-
right to
it's
stab him
improvised
with my
club.
sword.
Blue.
I have a right to stab him with my sword if he pisses me off enough. And Sana starts following the footsteps that are still in the ground from Cael.
Yo, sorry.
That's fair.
Unfortunately,
And picks up the cloak that the troll was also holding earlier.
it is, as you grab it, Yosara, it is a simple black fur-lined coat. Not like heavy fur, but enough to keep someone warm should they find themselves in a cold environment. And as this strange woman is fondling this cloak, yes, Bahadman, this is absolutely Robin's.
I'm gonna quickly walk over and grab it out of her hand as fast as I can and say, huh, where did you find this?
Are you allowing him to yank the cloak?
No. What?
Well, then let's do a sleight of hand versus. Let's do a contested sleight of hand versus. Yeah, you could both do a sleight of hand if you want.
Let the game begin.
Why is that wrong? But yeah. Okay, I don't know why Advantage is still clicked. Hang on.
Oh, you must have some effect still going, I think.
It doesn't matter. Everything would be higher than a 6.
Yeah.
So I go to grab it, and as soon as our hands match, I just kind of go with it and, where did you find this?
You don't touch it. I do the little kid thing. Like, nope. This? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What cloak?
That is Robin's.
This is just darkness.
I am darkness.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Sana just walks over to a tree and literally starts hitting her against a tree. I can't do it.
Alright, so this was
now.
Robin's cloak, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So Robin's here somewhere. The troll had Robin at some point. So we should go
The troll
back.
had Robin's cloak, world's greatest detective. Yes, and so if we put the clues together, it means...
What's it mean there, hot man?
He's almost there. I can see it.
The troll took Robin's cloak. She must have traded it for safe passage.
So if the troll took it, we should probably go back the way the troll came, because Robin is...
Or where the troll was going. Why is your friend trying to trap down a tree with her head?
I go over and I put my hand in between the
Sona's
tree
just-
and Sona's hand.
Sauna's
Children.
covered in snow that has been knocked down from this tree.
Can't have you
John,
getting a concussion
stop.
out here,
If
alright?
I keep hitting the tree, it'll knock my brains out enough that I don't understand what he's saying. Please move. your
But you have a
hand.
point. If the troll accepted Robin's cloak in that direction, pointing in the direction of the troll's footprints, then we should probably go there. Unless we were going to where the troll is going, pointing in the opposite direction. It
Please,
is a conundrum.
please, Eltron, move your hand. Let me get my brains out, please. Please.
Here, let me plug your ears so you don't have to hear it. I'll just guide you, okay?
Quiet. Yay.
Keep your eyes closed.
Okay. That's
So let's
fine.
go back and make
Fingers
sure
crossed.
that Robin didn't trade anything else before with the troll. How about that?
Yes, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to have to collect all of her things. May I have the cloak, please?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you.
But Hotman, do you know if we are we in Titania's realm right now? Still?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I don't really
It's
think
nice
you're
and
gonna
Do you know
Based
what
off
the
the-
Feywild is?
Based off the snow and the cold, I'm more worried about penguin.
About what?
Oh, penguin.
Penguins.
Ah.
Ferocious creatures. 4 feet high, beaks almost 6 inches. Watch yourself. They look sharp with their little tuxedo bodies, but don't trust them.
So what's the plan, gang?
Gonna follow the footsteps of where the troll came from, because that's where it got Robin's cloak.
Make a survival check with disadvantage.
All of us, or just one person?
Yeah, all of you, as you are trying, looking around for these tracks.
Oh no, Sana is literally standing there with Ildren having taken
Yeah.
his fingers out. She's now put her fingers in there and her eyes are closed and she's just...
Are the troll tracks the same way that we followed what we thought were Cael's, where I put the stakes with the pine trees?
So as you are looking for footprints, you're not seeing hardly any. Like, you'll occasionally see like a partial indentation. The wind that has been just whipping this entire time has moved the snow in such a way that you can't quite tell where this troll would have originated. You can still see your sticks as you follow back along your path, but you don't see the trail that you were previously following. Even your own footprints have been lost.
That's okay.
Where the original direction the footprints were going, were those going in the same direction as the lights that we saw earlier?
Yes, more or less.
Alright, gang. I mean, for no other reason than we don't know where else to go, why don't we try to get there?
Yeah, agreed. I unplugged Sona's ears. Sona, you good with going towards the lights?
What? Yeah, I mean, that's where I wanted to go originally. Towards the lights.
Awesome, I plug her ears back in.
Perfect.
let's go.
Okay. How is Botman proceeding in this group? I'm curious where he would position himself.
First on the right, then stealthily on the left. You never know where Batman is going to be.
Okay, so
Oh, there
just
he is.
constantly shifting around. I imagine doing some barrel rolls along the way. Just billowing your cloak frequently.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there another way to do it?
The others aren't doing that for some reason. Clearly, they're not adventurers.
You're not trained!
Every 35 seconds to a minute, Yosara's throwing a snowball, like, off the path, whatever direction Bahatman's not looking, and it's like, what's that? Just like, so he hears a noise, and I'm like, oh no, what's that? And he runs that direction for a second.
And Sana's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
just like looking
These
at
woods
you,
are
Sora.
dangerous. You're safer with me. I can feel dangers all around us.
and as you are discussing the danger all around you, suddenly you see that the trees are starting to thin. The lights ahead of you is not one light, but many. And you reach the edge of the woods. And in the distance ahead of you, surrounded by a little ridge of mountains that jet up into the sky, is a city. It rises carved into the mountain itself on several tiers, but you can't really make out that many details from where you are. You're still maybe like a quarter of a mile away. You see that there is to your left in the distance what looks like some sort of mining operation in the side of the mountain. Directly ahead of you, starting about 100 yards away, and then for another 100 yards or so after that, you see all manner of little huts, seemingly outside of the protection of this walled city.
Anna's gonna unplug her ears and stop humming and go, well, I mean, I knew there was something here. This just proves that. But how do we get up to the city?
And I'm going to go ahead and send everybody a map. I made this like years ago when I was like first experimenting with Incarnate, so please be gentle.
It's Cael's first time at.
And I couldn't. I wanted to update it for this because it doesn't reflect the darkness, but oh well.
Great map. What are you talking about? Shut up. Better than
Throw
anything
it
I've
up
been in.
on whatchamacallit?
Sure. I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom. I'll let you check out the map. I know your characters don't have the map yet, but I want you to have a sense of what you're seeing.
Could be a good little break time. Get the map up on Fantasy Grounds. Let it load.
And to say,
Yeah. Wonder if that's like a shanty town outside, or if there's like, seems to be broken ships. I feel like they're like maybe survivors of those ships or something. They're not like, I don't know. I got Frostpunk vibes, so I'm like maybe they're refugees that aren't allowed inside the town.
I'm just thinking of Icewind Dale now.
Man, we only got a few sessions into that one,
I know.
and we planned so much for our characters.
I'm sorry that your what was she? A cleric? Knowledge cleric? Never got to really experience life.
Oh, it's okay. There's been lots of characters I've made like that.
Made a lot of Batman-like characters.
No,
Oh my gosh.
I've never quite made a Bahatman, but maybe someday.
Maybe never.
Egg, I'm sorry,
just
you have to be on the
children alive.
island.
No, I would make a Daredevil knockoff. Blind Man.
Oh, goodness.
Way more of a Daredevil fan.
I watched the movie, but I never did any comics or watched the show.
Oh Jesus! You watched the Ben Affleck movie, and you—that's the only exposure you've had to Daredevil.
Yeah, it was like when it first came out back in the day. I was
Yeah.
what
No,
like, probably
When I was a dumb kid,
Middle
I
school?
actually really liked that movie, and then as I aged, I was like, "Ooh, wow, this is not aging well with me."
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
I highly recommend the TV show. It's pretty good. We're on Netflix.
which TV show?
Daredevil.
who plays the Daredevil in the show.
Daredevil. What's his name? Charlie Cox. He's an English actor, but he does a pretty good, New York accent.
Nice.
I just set
Well,
a
it's
scale
like
on this map.
That accent
Cael. I
all
don't know if
Americans
it's
do for British people.
scale you're looking for.
I'm not really concerned about the
Okay.
scale. This is all just referential. We're not going to be putting
Okay.
tokens and necessarily on here.
Did you actually make this?
Yeah, I did.
I actually really like it. I think it's really
Thanks.
cool. It has a great feel to it.
Thanks. I made it, and then when my players back in the day were using it, they're like, "This is just the city this is the Northern Water Tribe from Avatar." And I'm like, "Oh shit, it is."
Well, even still, I mean,
Whatever.
like even the background
didn't
and all
do
that.
that.
How did you make all this stuff? It looks really cool.
So it was through it's a program called Incarnate, which is like a popular map
Heard of it.
making software. It took like forever to figure out, and like so I guess this was the first map that I actually used, because I made one map, but it was garbage. It was just terrible.
All my maps are garbage. I know how you.
And I don't know. I haven't been using it since because it's a subscription base, which I don't like. I have Wonder Draft and Dungeon Draft now, which is a one-time fee, which is what I like.
I think I've got Dungeon Painter, but yeah, this looks great. I really like it.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you did a great job with it. It's
Well,
very
thank
pretty.
you. Yeah, I was making this like right as like shutdown happened or lockdown for COVID. So I was like, I have hours and hours and hours. What am I gonna do?
Samesies. Except mine never come out pretty. They're always like janky and shit. So
Well, it takes way too long to make them look pretty.
it does. And I'm like 60% of the time it works all the time.
Anna, do you have any spells that like instill fear? Because
Yeah,
I feel like you should. You do?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, let me see. I mean, I have my command and my Armitage that I can yell really loud and make really loud noises and stuff. And then
Can command do fear? I feel like it can.
I mean, there is the 9th. When you're at 9th level, you'll get the spell Fear.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know.
I have Turn Undead, which I can...
Yeah, it's not going to cause fear, except for undead creatures.
Okay.
But I mean, that is one good way.
Other than
And that will, and the nice thing with your aura is like you can cause them to be afraid, and then trap them so they can't even run away.
Yep, pretty much. That's the goal. Be so intimidating, nobody can move on the battlefield. Where's the egg?
You can use your channel divinity for conquering presence, which forces creatures to make a wisdom save, and on a fail, they become frightened of you.
There we go. Yeah, that's perfect then. If you with your conquering presence.
Okay, so I can use... Say that one more time, Usara.
You can use your channel divinity. One of the options is conquering presence, and it forces creatures within, I think it's 30 feet, to make a wisdom save, and on a fail, they're frightened of you for 1 minute.
Yeah. The only downside is they can try to repeat the save, but I mean, even so, you're gonna get them some of the time.
Okay. But I can only do it one creature at a time. right?
With your conquering presence?
Yeah.
No, it's 30 feet. Well, it says you can force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, you could potentially screw over a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
They're all afraid, and then they can't move. And
Very
they take
true.
a bunch of psychic damage. Well, not a bunch, but some.
Psychic damage.
Ugh. This music is very uplifting.
I'm playing around with it, just finding different things that I want to play. This one might be a good one for what we're doing next. Well, since we're on break, I was just playing whatever I found right now.
Very nice. You have like YouTube playlists that you use?
Something like that.
Nice.
Oh no, that one's gonna be fun to play with. Yeah, I have a giant playlist. It's nothing but D&D music that I go through. And it just grows every single day, every single time I open up some type of music or find something that I like, I add it into it so that I can always come back later and grab stuff out of it. And the sad thing is, though, sometimes I forget to save stuff in it, so I have to go back through and find stuff again. I'm trying to get better at that. What I want to play next is actually this. This, I think, goes well for the theme we're doing. If it'll play.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Alex, how often do you get to play as a player?
All of them have been with you. Well, 2 of them have been with you. Is my camera frozen? No.
No, Alex.
What? Who's restarting the camera?
That fucks up the whole camera thing.
Well, it still didn't work.
Oh no. We'll just have to listen to you. And now Ildren's the DM.
Aha! I am now level 20.
Might as well just turn the names off.
Yes, level 20. Perfectly befitting a young man such as yourself.
And
Poor young
age
woman.
110.
Is that how old Ildren is? 110?
I think so.
A whippersnapper.
Does this work for
It's-
you? Or is this too...
That looks fine to me.
No, I'm talking about
Is that?
music.
Oh, yeah.
So I have more
It's
to
up to
play
Cael.
with if you want me to switch it.
Yeah, just as things happen, if you realize you want to shift the music at all, you feel free. But you don't really know anything that's going on right now. You just know that Cael's gone, and this weird person named Bahatman is missing someone named Robin, who's not a bird.
Yeah,
Not a bird.
He says.
totally a bird.
And so you are we good to resume?
I mean, we've been streaming. They've heard everything that's been going on.
I just meant are you all ready?
I've been
Players.
ready.
I'm always
as a
ready.
player, am ready. Yes.
Excellent. So you are emerging from on the bottom left of the map here into this just sort of windswept tundra. As you draw closer to or farther from the trees and closer to the city, you can feel the wind is sort of being broken by the mountains, providing a bit of respite from the bombardment. The city is aglow with lights, and you can't really see much in the city itself because of the walls, but you notice that the huts all around you in the most immediate part of the area don't seem to be currently occupied, or if their owners seem to be gone, which is curious because as you look above you, it's clearly night. It is very dark, and you would expect people to be probably at home, sleeping or eating something, but there are no lights down here in the hut stretch. How do we want to proceed?
If we look up, is there a moon?
There is a moon. It's a 3/4 moon.
Does it look like there's any lights coming from the mine area we saw to the left?
Oh yes, it is in full swing. And in fact, you see that there's a building at the edge of the forest, and it also has lights coming from inside of it. And given its proximity to the mines, perhaps it's connected. You're not sure.
You should check it out. That building right there. Just be careful. They could be troll people.
This doesn't look familiar to you, Bahatman. Do you know anything about this place?
No, do you?
No. Do you think this is a troll village?
Do you not? We just saw a troll coming from the village. It only makes sense.
I just, architecturally speaking, I'm just not sure trolls are... You know what, it doesn't matter. Anything could be down there. We should be ready.
Man, how much do you know about trolls?
Nothing. How much do you know about trolls?
More than that.
Good for you. Alright, follow my lead, but it'll be hard because I'm very stealthy.
I mean, when you take over...
Alright, dude. Let's just go calmly check out this shack, whatever, building closest to us. Let's see how they're doing.
I would start stealthing up to that building, if possible.
Anything is possible if you believe in yourself.
I
You know
would
what?
believe well.
Try and follow Bahatman without him realizing it.
Okay, I guess do a stealth versus his perception.
Anyways, they were both 7s. I don't know what's giving me advantage right now.
Yeah, she's following you. Maybe she's into you? Yeah, she's following you. Oh, no, she recognizes that you're a natural born leader. That's
Does he see me? Because I was stealthier.
Oh, sorry, that 15 I thought was... I misread.
Oh, no, that was my stealth.
My bad. No, he doesn't see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stick with you, Sarah. I'd like to stealth with her.
Okay.
Thing.
Was like, okay, well, let's go check out this building.
By stealthing, are you, sticking to the tree line, then?
Yeah, or what do you think here, Sarah? Because it is a pretty big open space heading up to these mines.
Oh, no, I was
going to that.
straight up.
I thought we were going to that first
Oh, I
building.
see now. Yeah, you mean the building just off the tree line.
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I was
Right.
thought we were heading. That's where Bahatman is heading.
And
Okay.
while stealthing from the building's perspective would be the smart thing, I am straight up just trying to, stay behind Bahatman where he's not going to notice me being
Perfect.
right behind him.
The intention for Bahatman is to go, tree to tree as much as he can, but with that 10, he's making long stretches over the snow because you can tell he's getting kind of lazy.
Yeah, no one's gonna see you. You are darkness, and who cares if everything is
Darkness.
covered in snow?
Are Are we heading
and
towards 9 or 10, by the way?
Looks like you're heading kind of at an angle towards 9. Yeah.
Okay.
This
so
building's what I'm cooking.
Sana, seeing this craziness, having
Yes,
unplugged her ears, just literally shrugs her shoulders and starts power walking straight out of the woods, straight towards it. No stealth, no whatsoever. Just is like a train, just on the tracks, headed for the destination.
Okay.
I poke Yosora's shoulder and, kind of do the head nod back towards Sona. Like, well, I mean, at least we got a beacon,
Yeah, I mean that's probably what we should have done, but this just felt like more fun. I wanted to fuck with this guy.
I'm just thinking this is like Jurassic Park, like all of them, where the Tyrannosaurus Rex is moving through the trees, and all the trees are like crunching, and you can see it like from up top, and it's just Sana just bullying her way through the forest.
And not much more graceful than that is Botman, who's making plenty of noise and as he goes. And as you draw close, you see that there are people going in and out of this building. Those that are exiting are heading toward the mines. Occasionally, some will head toward along the trail toward the huts. Those that are entering tend to be coming from the mines themselves. They are very dirty for the most part, but occasionally someone walks in or steps out who looks like perhaps they are maybe a foreman or something like that, not getting their hands dirty on the job. And before long, an older man spies Sana and says, "What, traveler?"
And then Sana, just having seen him, Hey, hi. So, hi, I'm a traveler. I am looking for someone.
What you doing in the woods? It's danger in there.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you, sir. I hear you 100%. And Sana literally marches up right in front of this guy. And it's like, look, listen, I'm looking for someone. It's a
He goes up to your chest, the bottom of your chest.
I'm just looking at him. I'm looking for someone. He's male. He's a bit shorter. He's got some interesting feet. He doesn't wear shoes. He goes by the name of Cael. Have you happened to see him? Anywhere, coming out of the woods, or heard anything that anybody saw someone looking like that?
Oh, we don't see people coming out of the woods. It's dangerous. Nobody goes in there. It's like Frost March 101.
Frost March? Is that the name of the place that we are currently located at?
Oh, you certainly are green, aren't you? Yeah, this is Frost March.
Okay, cool. So this is Frost March, and you haven't seen anybody but us come out of the woods recently, is what you're telling me, basically.
I ain't seen anybody come out of the woods except you in a decade.
In a decade, Yosara, a decade.
Have you seen any animals come out of the woods recently? Get closer to the city than they normally would?
Oh, every now and then a bear comes in. Occasionally we'll get a string of caribou that come to drink their fill, but they tend to stick more to the west and the south.
So what are you guys mining here in Frost March? I can see the mines over there to the far left, and you got a lot of people coming in and out here. You seem to be the person in charge. Can you tell me what all is y'all working on here?
Oh, you flatter me. I wish I was in charge. Maybe I'd have a bit of a pension someday. But no. Old Ungress, he just tells people where to go. These are the iron mines, but don't let the name fool you. We don't mine any iron in them anymore. It's coal.
Coal. Gotcha.
Yeah, gotta heat ourselves one way or the other. And as we've driven the tree line back, it's harder and harder to get lumber. But we've been blessed.
I can imagine, trading one mining operation for another without any true disruption can be pretty nice. So,
can I ask you a question real quick? What is that fellow doing? And he points over to Hotman.
Hiding up against a tree, slowly looking over it.
And Sana just kind of like slowly turns and like looks back at him, and it's just like got this look of just like. Then she turns back and she looks at me and says, I don't know that dude. Never seen him before in my life. I think
That makes two of us.
that's two of us. Yeah, Yosara. She's my friend. I know her. She might have seen him, and she might know something about him. Yosara, and I kind of shove her in front of me to talk to him.
Wait, where are Yosara and Ildren? Are they in the tree line?
No, Yosara.
I'm still in the tree line.
I walked up.
Bahatman is going to slink over to Ildren and try to stealth up to him.
If you can find him.
Oh yeah, good point. He's gonna go to where he thinks Ildren is. Oh, super stealthy actually.
Ooh.
Looking for Ildren, trying to be super stealthy. Yep.
Yeah,
Sure.
both.
Light as hell, but you see no one. Was he even there all along? Did you imagine him? Hey, sometimes the snow plays tricks on people.
Eladrin! Eladrin! Where is she? Eladrin!
I suddenly appear beside you. What? Jesus fucking God, shut up.
Look!
Oh, is that your friend you were looking for? I think we found him.
God damn
I
it.
quickly put my hand on Eladrin's shoulder and go, look, they're gonna want to talk to us real soon. We gotta make this look cool.
You're absolutely
Follow
right.
my
man.
lead and remember to stay 2 steps behind, 1 step to the right. And I quickly shoulder up and I began marching up, expecting Ildren to be at my back right so we can do
As
the super
soon as he is
We
walking,
walk up.
as soon as he is walking away from me, I cast invisibility on myself.
As,
He's there, and then she's gone.
As Bahatman walks up, I'm assuming next to me and Yosara, can I stick my foot out and trip him in his prestigious head up walk?
Yeah, we'll do a sleight of hand check versus his perception to see if he's gonna
Perception?
see this. Yeah.
Happens
yeah,
all
you-
the time.
You see it coming from a mile away.
Oh, come on. That was only literally 3 difference. It's not a mile.
Happens all the time. I'm used
You
to
see
it.
it. You see it from 3/4 of a mile away.
Sana just sighs and goes, God, this is not going to end.
You're with me.
All right, well, I gotta get back to work, so y'all, you should probably, get out of the woods. I recommend.
Is it okay if we head into town? Is that fine? Does Frostmarch chill with visitors?
I not like traditionally speaking, but if you play nice to the gatekeepers, they might let you inside the walls. But you're more than welcome in Slush Acre. There's not a lot of folks that would turn you away.
Oh, awesome.
That's the little yurts over yonder, and he points to the field of ramshackle houses and shacks along the bank of this river.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Sorry for taking so much of your time. We'll be going now.
All right,
Appreciate your help.
bye. And he dips inside the building.
I want to start walking towards Slush Acre.
I'm gonna be walking with Yoshara, and I'm gonna turn and over my shoulder say, "Oh, my lady, we're going to leave you if you don't hurry up." And then I keep
Then
walking.
Balatron
with
is
Yoshara.
going to go to Eladrin, put his arm on her shoulder again, and go, listen, while those 2 ladies are checking out Slush Acre, we should go to the town. You may have to do something you're not proud of to get past the gatekeeper. It pains me to say this, but as you are more pretty than me, we should probably try to bribe them.
I'm assuming you just put your hand on like a tree or something, because I'm totally invisible.
I'm invisible.
Oh shit. Well, no, I'm talking right to where I think you are, and then I turn and
Oh
you're
yeah.
gone.
I'm going to just kind of be walking past him as I go, and then continue walking past into the field, following Stone and Yosara. I'm gonna walk within earshot of them and say, I'm back here I just don't want to be seen.
That's fair.
I'll follow you guys in.
Do you know where we are?
Fuck no. This looks. I
Alright.
mean,
Have
it
you
looks
ever
like.
heard-
It does look like home, but it's not any neighborhood I remember.
Did you hear him say Frost March? That's what he's called this place.
Yeah, I was
I
kind
don't
of
know. Could I do a history check or something?
where Ildren's from or something.
Yeah, Ildren, I guess I don't know your full story, like how much you've traversed the plains, but go
Too
ahead and make
much.
a history check, sure.
Okey-doke.
Hold on.
Ho!
Yeah, as the like you hear the name of this city.
Fuck no, I don't know what this. Oh, Frost
Something-
March.
Yeah, Frostmarch. In fact, you know quite a bit about it, which is convenient because you're going to have to gather a lot of this information.
Oh.
So you know that Frostmarch is the principal city in. It's not a plain proper, but a demi-plane. In kind of not quite conjunction, but tangential to Tanya's prison. And you know that this city is kind of like the last refuge of the mortals of the plane. They flocked here, and taken safety from the elements and from the creatures of the wilds. You know that the people of Frostmarch generally are a pious people. They follow two individuals, primarily a goddess of light and the hearth called Halsa, and a goddess of the cruelty of winter, Auril. And you also remember hearing that Frostmarch was just constantly besieged by a white dragon. But it doesn't look like this is the city destroyed. So something doesn't quite match up. You also know that it is always night here. The sun never rises. And so, despite the fact that it looks like it's 1, 2 in the morning, it might be noon.
Oh, I felt right at home a little bit. This place, I've heard stories about it, but things don't quite add up. It's, I explained that it's adjacency to Titanium's realm. I don't know what happened to this white dragon. I heard that this place was under threat of one constantly, and it looks fine to me.
I mean, it looks downright peaceful out here. Except for, well, we did encounter a troll in the forest.
Do you know anything of Holsta and Auril,
I don't know. Do I know anything of those two
gods
guys?
of light and winter?
Do a religion check.
Okay.
I don't know how versed Sana is in.
Not as versed as she'd like to be. Though.
Yeah, you kind of stick to your god.
We never learned about the others because we thought stone was all we would need.
Hell, might be time to hit the market, Sana. It's a buyer's market for you right now. There's all kinds of ways to get your heart broken all over again.
In that.
What was that, Yosar?
That's a really positive way to spin that there, Ildren.
I'm just saying.
Still completely raw from all the bullshit that's happened over the last few days. That would be the most.
I feel like that was like
appropriate
actually
thing to
8 hours
say.
ago or something.
Exactly. So, I think that's a great idea for when we get out of here.
Alright, so we're still trying to find Cael, right?
Yeah, and a bird.
And a bird. So let's go.
Pronounced Robin.
The
The
shanty
Hotman caught up to you guys because he was lonely.
Oh, you could have stayed over there. It's okay. We wouldn't mind it. But we'll help you find your bird, and we'll find our Cael. And
You find my bird, I'll find your salad.
She's gonna say the same thing.
you know what? You know what? And Sana turns to Hotman and goes, "Deal." And she holds out her hand after his statement.
The Hotman holds out his hand opposite.
Okay, that's not.
What, is
that's,
that how you
I
do
need
that?
you to-
Where you come from?
Is
You know
that
what?
not how
Fine.
you do it?
You know, fine.
Oh,
And
God.
she hits his hand and says, "That's how we're gonna do it." And then she turns around and starts walking towards it.
Deal's a deal.
Deal's a deal. All right, Robin and Cael, where are you?
I don't know, that's why we're trying to find them.
You're out. You know, you're really good at stating the obvious.
Thank
let's
you.
go ask
I appreciate
people around
that.
Here. You know what?
Would you like me to interrogate some of these people? And I'm
No.
gonna go up and look for somebody to talk to.
Oh god.
The shanty town is just starkly empty right now. But as you're moving around from like little hut to hut, you do notice one thing that stands out. There are tacked to just about every door are these rough scraps of paper with very rough sketches of a person, and at the top it says missing. There's a little bit of information at the bottom. It says Rafe, age 6, last seen outside of his home here in Slush Acre. And there are just dozens of them on these little huts.
Are they all the same that say Rafe is missing?
It says Rafe, and it says anybody with information, contact Tandra.
And they're all
Hotman,
kid.
for better or worse, is going to start collecting these.
Okay, you know what? Bahatman, do a perception check.
And these are all for the same kid, correct?
No,
Yes.
they're not, are they? Oh, same kid?
Same kid.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like every hut had somebody missing. Okay, never mind.
With an 8? Yeah, like, maybe they are different. No, you realize it's just the difference of, one drawing to the next.
Oh, okay.
Really.
I genuinely read that as every single hut had like somebody missing from it,
That's what I
and
thinking
there was.
too.
Okay, never mind. In that case, after grabbing a few of these, realizing they're all the same, Bahatman's gonna come over and goes, "Hey, I think they're missing one of their kids. We need to rescue them."
We're already on 2 rescue missions.
Then we make it 3.
There is the chance that all 3 of these people are in the same place.
Usara does have a good point.
Well, we need more information. I think we
Why
need
don't
to
we
go
go
into the
to Tandra person?
Yeah, where does this Tandra person? And do any of the flyers say where this person can be found to provide information or to seek information?
And as you look at it, you see that there isn't. It's as if, well, yeah, if somebody sees this, of course they'll know Tandra. They'll know where to find her.
Mhm.
'Cause they're not used to outsiders, as you know.
So I have a theory that everybody's working in the mines right now, that lives in this town, and
Yeah.
I think Tandra probably lives here if she lives anywhere. Maybe we should, if we want to look for her, we could look for her in the mines, maybe, or we can go straight to the city and investigate there. But either way, I think I should stay invisible for the full length of this, which is about an hour.
Is there a
Just
particular
in case.
reason you feel that you should be invisible? Is there
Because I don't trust any strange realm in the Feywild. Anything
Okay.
like
Just wanted to confirm
any-
that.
anything. I'm very paranoid right now.
While we're in an area where there are no people, can I shift to look kind of like, I don't know, like the person we met at the gate, like the same race and sort of same level of like quality of clothing and everything?
Yeah, the people here look kind of like a cross between humans and dwarves, with still like a little touch of fey here and there. The ears maybe a little bit pointed, the eyes an unnatural color for a typical human, and you're able to easily adopt that.
Okay. I think maybe we should try and go into the city while everyone's in the mines, and then everyone's gonna come back here for dinner or whatever.
I mean, it's always night here, so we don't know what their schedule's like.
True. Do you think we should split up? Some of us go to the mines, some of us go into the town.
That feels like a terrible idea.
Split the
I
party.
agree. Let's split the party.
I think
Bahamut
this.
thinks it's a good idea.
All right, Bahamut, you take the
I just
mines. We'll go
realized,
to.
I don't think I got all of your names.
Well, this is Sona, and she is just obviously the one to talk to. She is the leader, so you would address her with any concerns for
Sona, your
battle
vanity of
plans.
talking to me inside your mind is strange. You don't need to do that. Just use your words.
Oh no, no.
I'm Yosara. This is Lana. Our
Well,
friend that was here
Yo,
earlier.
hurrah! And he holds out his hand.
I swat his hand down. Our friend that was here earlier is Ildrin. She's real great at looking around for clues, which is probably what she's doing right now.
Yes, the dancer. Beautiful.
Yes. Her.
You hear a groan on the wind.
Okay, so Usar, why don't you and Ildrin go into town? And...
I don't think we should split up. We don't have a way to get back in contact. We don't know where we are
Well,
or
no,
who
that's
we're.
what I'm saying. So you go into the town and do a little bit of an investigation, as you look more like a townsfolk anyways. And in 30 minutes, we meet back up right here in the ice slush town.
Meaning you and Bahatman are going to not leave this spot?
No, we're
meaning
going into the
to
town
mine.
just in case you need help. Come on.
Alright, dude, and I just
Mom's gonna head towards the town with
put on the back
Yo,
of
Sarah.
so you can't, walk.
Why would you do that?
Because
Let's go to the town.
Okay.
Oi! This is a team. Team discussions happening.
We're kind of like a league, really.
Okay, do you want to take the hot man and I take Ildrin to the mines, or because I think if we each go our separate ways for 30 minutes and meet back here, maybe by that time we'll be able to figure out who this, and she holds up a flyer, where the information about this kid is.
I'll go to the mines. It sounds dark in there. Plus,
Okay, you need to
Sona
make-
and I are the best of team.
You need to make.
And then he's gonna start heading to the mines.
Yeah. Don't know. Hold on. Wait.
So I need you to catch up to him.
Sana turns to you, Sarah, says, "I'll see you in like 30 minutes."
Alright, well, good luck, I guess. Come on, Eldrin.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be
Behind
quick
me,
and
could you
quiet.
slow
Let's do this.
down? Good heavens. You're already marching halfway across
Bahatman
the
and
map.
Sana, you're heading to the mines?
Yes.
Okay, we'll catch up with you two in a minute. Ildrin and Yosara. Totally fine with splitting the party. This particular adventure, I think it works perfectly fine with it. Since there's a lot of investigation. Yosara and Ildrin, you get to the edge of the shanty town. You make your way across this long bridge. You see that there is a mechanism in place for raising it to allow the passage of ships. And you're maybe 50 feet from these large wooden doors. You see that there are towers on either side. And there are lights coming from those towers, and you can see figures up there. What do you do?
Is there a guard lower down?
There's nobody down low.
Is there a door, or is this just a giant gate?
It is. I mean, they are it's like a set of large double doors, so they certainly open, but if it requires, it doesn't seem like it would require someone to be on this side down below.
I
Knock on the door.
And shouting from above, coming to like the edge of the tower, you see a woman in like full armor. She has a red tabard with a bear's head sigil on it, and she says, "Yes."
I almost forgot that Ildred is invisible. Sorry. Hello. I am a new traveler in this town and require safe passage.
Traveler? You lie.
No?
Yes.
Years,
No,
I whisper.
Go
10 years.
back to your shanty, slush scum.
If I get closer to the wall, can she still see me?
There's a part where like there would be a blind spot. Yes, exactly that. But if you're trying to get closer for her to get like a better view of you, then you can do that.
No, I'm trying to get in the blind spot.
Oh yeah, blind spot, absolutely.
Alright! I'm mad!
Come back.
I kind of yell up like, alright, I'm sorry, it's worth a shot, and I like walk into the blind spot. I'm gonna wait about 2 minutes, change to look much more like her,
Love it.
and walk back out to the other side and knock on the other side and try and yell at a different guard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. She like has already given up clearly because like she rebuked you and then went back to doing whatever. So those 2 minutes were plenty of time for her to give up. You now dressed in this armor with similar tabard, looking like one of the folk of the city. You approach this other tower. Hi ho!
Let me in!
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. And the gates open.
Come on, Eldrin. And in we go.
And
And
about 10 feet behind.
as you pass through these wide doors, you hear a voice. Why didn't you just do the knock?
Because I'm cold and I'm tired and I've had to deal with these slush scum all day, alright?
Ah, God, I hear it. I mean, we don't get paid enough. I'm sorry that you had to go across.
You want to go do my job out there?
Hell no!
This gate, come on.
Gosh, go get a beer or something. Jeez.
Thank you.
And just ignores you.
And I walk past very confidently in just to the left. I don't know, in a direction.
As you move away from the gate, like you realize you are in a very large marketplace. There are some residential buildings as well, but the centerpiece here is this market. And go ahead and do investigation or perception checks, you and Ildren.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yosara, you notice that there are no flyers posted here. That stands out to you. You do see that there's plenty of activity. People are at stalls and shops. Ildren, you, with your keen eye for the finer things, recognize that this is not the nicest markets. This is you kind of remember. Oh yes, that's right. The lower you are in the city, the worse your lot is, and so you're gonna find shoddy weapons here if you find any at all. You'll find goods that are questionably authentic, and so if your purpose is shopping, you're probably not going to find anything nice here. But it is a hub of activity, and so there are plenty of people about if you're looking for information.
I nudge Isara from behind. Should we ask around here? Should we try to move a little higher up? This is definitely the lower end of things, but they might have more information about at least the kid.
let's maybe find a tavern if there is one. We can try and see if there's anyone who would know.
Well, I'll follow your lead. Be right
Doesn't
behind
take.
you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna kind of sort of, I'll like make a little bit of show of like looking around at the different wares in the market till I figure out where a tavern is, like what direction.
Yeah, it's not hard. There's a couple that you see, and it's every building has some sort of sign out front with an illustration that shows what it's selling, and you see that there is one that has the hang down sign with a jolly little sort of like impish looking individual with a lute in one hand and a tankard of frothy ale in the other.
As we're walking, can I pay attention to see what people look like, I guess? Is it the same sort of like human dwarf, slightly fey-like race that was outside of the wall?
Yeah, there's not like a whole ton of variety. The people here are relatively clean. Their dress is simple and humble. But you also notice that people kind of avert your eye as you walk around.
Because I look like a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of that while we can, and just sort of get to the tavern. Keep the door open long enough so Ildren can slip in easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Standing there imperiously.
Brush
And-
some snow off my shoulders, kind of thing. Stamp my boots.
I make her coat billow as she.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You step inside. As you drew closer, you saw the name of this establishment is the Jolly Bard Inn. It is filled with people. It looks like they are in the middle of some sort of mealtime. You're not sure. Again, is this lunch? Is this breakfast? Is this dinner? But they're drinking, so if it's breakfast, they're starting early. And the barkeep is a middle-aged woman. She's missing her left arm, and she has quite a few scars, burn scars, on her face.
Okay. Is there like a clearly marked like restroom hall that I can go in?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to go like into a restroom so I can stop looking like a guard and look like an average person.
You step inside. It is foul. Just the smell that hits you, and you're not in there long, changing your appearance, and are able to join back into the scene.
Okay, while we're in here, I'll order a decent-sized pint. I'll share it with Ildren if he particularly wants any alcohol. And I want to sort
Lean
of
over and
listen around.
straight from the cup.
I want to listen around and try to sprinkle in thieves' cant to see if I can find anywhere safer to talk to people in the.
And that's what you're asking for?
Yeah, like I don't know if there would be like a thieves guild here or.
Okay. Yeah, you are just making conversation, peppering in little bits about this, and eventually a gentleman comes up into what he thinks is. Well, Ildren, are you on a stool?
No, I would be like hovering by her shoulder. I wouldn't be that silly.
All right, you don't get sat on then. Sits in the unoccupied stool next to you. Says, some weather we're having, right? But baked into that, he says, hello, friend.
Well met. Yeah, the weather's, drizzly as ever.
And this sort of mundane conversation goes on, but we'll just play out the thieves' can't conversation. This
I'm sitting there like,
is,
what the fuck are they talking
yeah,
about?
right.
Get on with it.
I'm totally
Wasting
lost.
time.
He's a grizzled guy. He looks like he's probably in his like late 50s. He's missing several teeth, but you can tell that there's like an agility that belies his appearance. And he says, "Let's if you want to talk, we can go next door." No one says shit about anything there.
Sounds like my kind of place. Am I allowed to potentially bring a friend?
They cool?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I don't know, cash out my tab or whatever. Tip the bartender and...
Yeah, you throw a couple copper pieces and...
20 minutes kind of thing. So,
I'm
leaving with him.
All right, did you want to take it with you for the road?
Do I get the sense that something...
No rules here.
Yeah, you saw people drinking out in the street. Clearly, roadies are fine here.
Yes, absolutely I do.
Okay.
This more freedom than America.
Right? This guy, as you're walking and you step outside of the Jolly Bard, says, "Name's Trannon. And you are?"
Name's Kenai.
And he winks. He's like, "Of course it is." And he guides you next door to an unmarked building. He knocks in a very particular pattern, 3 times quickly, 2 times with a delay, and once more in like just rapid succession. And a little slit pops open. And we'll come back to you in just a moment. Batman and Sana, you are heading back toward the mines. And when you're about halfway there, well, what sort of conversation are you having?
Assuming we're walking silently, both of us trying to be more majestic than the next one, as she's a paladin dressed in very shining armor, and I'm trying to outdo her with my black cloak looking more badass.
And the thing is, Sana is literally just kind of walking normally. Like, she's not doing anything differently, but yet the little bit of light that you get from the moon is like shining up and making everything just a little bit shinier and brighter. And she looks, as she's kind of trudging a bit through this slush of snow, she looks like she's trying to be impressive. But in all honesty, Sana's just like a little bit, like, in her mind, her head's, down even though it's up, and she's just like, I'm gonna have to go through this with this guy, and how am I gonna ask these questions? These guys have never seen a tiefling before,
And so you get quite close to the mines. You see that people still kind of milling about. You see, actually, go ahead and do perception checks for me.
10.
4.
Yes, Anna. This guy that you're traveling with is really kind of drawing your attention as you're trying to ignore him. But it's that thing where you try to ignore him, but like that's all you can think about. So you're not really picking up on anything. But Batman, you notice that next to like the entrance to the third mine from the left looks like a little shrine in the snow. Like something that people had kind of put together, almost like a little memorial.
As I see it, I try to stealthily investigate it.
Yeah, you see that there is a sealed bottle of some sort of you imagine it's either spirits or or maybe a really shitty wine. There are some like dried flowers that have been left. There's no writing or anything like that, but clearly this is in memory of someone who has died.
I go back. Hey, who do you think the stiff is?
Huh. What, sorry. What are you talking about?
I see a shrine over there. It looks deliberate.
Right. So, having noticed the shrine myself, I'm like, yeah. Well, remember what we found in the town? There's a kid missing, so could be a shrine to honor the kid, maybe.
You don't bury a missing kid and then put up flyers asking where he is. If you buried him, you know.
Right, but it's a shrine, so there's not any, like, proof that it's because they're dead. It could be just a shrine of where they were taken from, and they're hoping that they'll be returned there. Or it could be a shrine for miners that have died in the mine over there. I don't know. Why don't we go?
You think they use
look?
children in their mine? That's terrible. We should liberate them.
Yep, let's
Suddenly-
go in there and totally liberate them. 100%. Let's go. Let's do this. I am down for some liberation, Bahat man. Let us go in there and just bust down these doors.
As revolution is on your tongues and liberation in your hearts, you hear this sudden whistle. This it sounds like a steam whistle echoing throughout, and suddenly people start pouring out of the mines in droves. And you notice as they do that a lot of them, when they pass this spot, they kind of bend toward it, they touch their forehead and then touch their chin, but then continue along the way, heading over toward the shantytown. Not paying you any mind.
Not even noticing us, really?
I mean, a couple of them, do a double take. They see you in armor, but perhaps are conflating you with the watch and giving you a bit of a wide berth.
Gotcha. The horns and tail don't do anything for them. They're just not even paying attention to that.
Yeah, you can tell these people are tired. They are just beat down. Yeah.
It could just be, you could be to a god or a goddess if they have somebody local here that they worship. You did call it a shrine yourself, so that might be it, because they're all...
I did, and I meant it. Shall we ask them about one of the flyers?
Yeah, go grab somebody. Grab somebody
I got
marching
this.
home. You got this. I will wait right here, and as soon as you get back, we'll question them together.
No worries. I walk up and very politely go, what do you know about the flyer?
You see this just gaunt young man, he can't be older than 17, looks at you in just utter terror. I'm sorry, what?
That's Bahat Man's attempt at persuasion.
Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's who you're trying to persuade.
He doesn't know the difference between intimidation and persuasion. Oh, even better.
Some reason, it's like, okay, I appreciate your candor. I feel like I can trust you.
For mechanic's sake, intimidation and persuasion are the same number.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, what was that you said?
To the fire!
Oh god, Tandra's going on with that again. She's just gonna get herself in more trouble.
Who's he?
Tandra?
Yeah,
Oh, she works second shift.
second shift.
Yeah,
In the
she's
shop?
coming in. On the mine.
She's a miner?
Yeah, we're all miners.
It all makes sense now. That's why you were in the mine. Sonic, come here!
Fauna is gonna quickly come over, and she immediately starts apologizing, and is just like, really sorry if he came off aggressive. I hope it was okay.
I'm not being aggressive! This is just how I talk!
And she just kind of puts a hand. Could you tell us some more about this shifts you mentioned just a second ago?
He recoils at your hands.
No,
and
I'm putting it in front of Bahat Man, just
Gotcha.
up and down, as he tries to talk around my hand. I'm just trying to get him to be quiet for a second.
He puts his head down. He says, "Oh, I don't want any trouble for anything here from anyone. Yeah, second shift, they get off, and this is our lunch, but they'll be off in a few hours."
So this is
For their
lunch,
lunch.
and are you first shift then?
Yeah.
Okay, and second shift comes on after your lunch or a little bit later?
Oh no, they're actually still currently working. We overlap. It's staggered.
Okay.
It's
Do you
long
happen
days.
to know which mine she would be in?
Tandra? Oh yeah, she's in B shaft.
Which one is B?
It goes A, B, C.
So like A is closest to the town, B, C. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, you got it exactly opposite.
Opposite A, B. Okay, but B is still in the middle.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just follow my hand.
How long has the kid been missing? Do you happen to know how long they've put the flyers up?
I don't know anything about nothing. I'm sorry.
Is that intentionally you don't know anything about nothing, or you truly don't know anything about nothing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, well, thank you. Enjoy your lunch. And Sana just starts motioning him to keep walking away.
Perfect. And he does.
Okay, so we need to go
I'm
into...
gonna grab the next guy and go, "What do you know about the flyer?"
And Sana's just like was pointing to B and like turns back around. He's like, "No, wait, we don't need to ask somebody else. Hold on."
And
Never mind, you're off the hook. But just remember, stay vigilant. I'm gonna go. Did I miss something? I never miss anything.
No, we're gonna go in the mining shaft B. We're gonna go over to B and see if we can talk to the person's name that's on your flyer. You're very helpfully holding. We're gonna go that way.
Ricky?
Sure. No, not
Ricky.
Ricky, idiot. It's what is her name?
Titania.
No.
You mentioned her
Other
earlier.
name.
She was in prison.
Yes, that's right. That was the other name. I don't know this person's name. I don't know it.
the missing child?
Yeah,
Or the
woman we're looking
Yeah,
for.
it's the woman is
Tandra.
Tandra. Her
Tandra.
Tandra.
son Rafe is the one
Wraith
who's
and
missing.
Tandra, thank you. I just needed you to say that. We're trying to find Tandra so we can learn about Wraith, and then maybe if we learn about Wraith, we can find Cael and Robin, the bird and the salad. Right? So let's go to B. We're gonna go to B, and I start like pushing gently on his back, like motioning towards the cavern that is the mine of B.
He's gonna go to the mine of B.
You head toward the opening to B shaft. The rocky tunnel that quickly opens up to a rather wide chamber supported with various beams. You see that half dozen smaller tunnels snake off, and ahead of you see a large open pit. The foreman that you saw earlier, who you stopped at the mine headquarters, is there overseeing everything, and as you walk in, says, "Whoa there! Didn't figure I'd be seeing you again so soon. Thought you were heading into the city.
Hey.
This is for miners."
Yeah, no, we need to actually talk with one of your miners. So we split up. You remember my friend that was standing with me. They're gone into the city. We're going to meet up with them later. But I'm...
They got into the city? Oh, I doubt that very much.
No, you see, my friends are really good at getting into interesting places. So I trust that they got into the city. Now, we're looking for Tandra. I was told she's working in this shaft today.
Well, as shift supervisor, I reckon that I know everybody who's in this mine who's not in this mine today. But let's be real. I know why you're really here. You need a job.
No.
So you know what? Go ahead. We'll have you try it out today. See if you're cut out for it.
Okay.
I don't need a job. I'm rich, but just in case, what's the job?
Oh, it's mining.
Yeah, but
Can you swing a pickaxe?
I could bust down the whole entire
I can
wall.
do anything.
Can you heave a shovel full of coal? How are your lungs?
They're great. I need to
There's three
speak
of
to
them.
Tandra.
Fresh. Ooh. Tandra, yeah.
Tandra, I need to speak to Tandra. I don't really need a job right now. I just need to speak to Tandra.
Well, she's busy working.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to
Well,
stop.
then I'm gonna outwork her. I challenge her to a miner off.
You're challenging her to a mine off. Oh, we haven't had a mine off in quite some time. Are you really prepared for this?
Oh,
No, but she is.
100%.
You see, I am management. This is my servant. She will be my
Wait
Avatar for mining.
No. Wait. This is not how this is gonna go. And then Sana literally activates her thaumaturge and booms. I just want to speak to Tundra, and it echoes throughout the whole entire mind.
You see like little bits of dust fall from the ceiling. A beam shakes. Ungris, this guy goes, "Oh, then keep your voice down. Okay. You want to talk to Tandra? You talk to Tandra. I'll go fetch you."
And I,
Gosh,
thank you. And I stand
You're
up.
welcome.
he kind of wanders off and is muttering to himself. Used to be people had manners, and they used to wait till people were off work before they came here and busted, interrogating them, and demanding a mine off. God. He disappears down one of the tunnels, and a few minutes later he comes back with a woman.
And during
Her
those
skin
few minutes,
is. Oh yeah, go
real
ahead.
quick, Sana turns to Bahat Man. If you ever call me your servant again, I will bash your skull in. This is not a servant-master relationship at all. I'm tolerating your presence right now, okay? So, don't ever do that again. Got it?
I was just looking for information. I figured it would be the best way, as you are clearly a person of good breeding stock. You would be great at mining. I meant that as a compliment.
Ignore what you just said. And I need you to just
No, I'm just saying you have great bone structure. I mean, if I had a daughter like you, I'd be very proud to put her in the
really
mine.
should stop talking. I will hit you with my shield if you continue to talk. Go. They come around corner. You talk to Tandra. You ask the questions. Don't talk to me anymore. Just go over there and talk to
What is it
Go.
with you people and
Go.
not being able to hit compliments?
Go! And
It's
Sana just
go
turns and
off.
walks over the wall and it's like, why? Okay.
And so at the end of this circus, you see Ungris returns with a woman. She looks like she's maybe in her mid to late 20s, covered in just coal dust, and there's something haunted in her expression, but also determined. She looks at the two of you, says, "You wanted me?" And that's where we're going to shift back to the other two. You see this little slit open in this unmarked building. A pair of eyes appear, and the gentleman who brought you there, who said his name was Trannon, says, "My auntie's sick, and I think you have the cure that I need." The slit closes, the door opens, and the man walks through, and you are able to follow. Inside, you are greeted as you are at the in this sort of foyer, greeted with just this wall of incense and smoke. There's laughter coming from nearby tables. There's a bar at the back of the room. There are some sort of magical flashing strobing lights. And you see that there's a hallway on either side lined with doors. The guy who brought you in says, "You got money for a room?"
Yeah. And I just kind of turn and act like I'm looking around and whisper to Ildren I don't think this is what we thought it was.
You got yourself into this. Get yourself out. As you're just kind of contemplating really quickly what to do, just seconds after you walk in, you see that there is a very scantily clad young man and a very scantily clad young woman, both holding trays with a variety of things on them. They come up to you, and this man and both are just kind of fawning over you and say, "What can we do for you? Here to have a little fun?"
Yes, but not with you, no offense.
That hurts my feelings, but that's okay. Can I at least get you to a drink? A room? A little bit of snort?
Nort?
I motion it at Brandon. I'm like, we're still negotiating. Give us a minute.
All right, just holler. And they slink off. But do the thing where like they run their hand down your arm very slowly as they do.
Dolls. As soon as they're out of earshot, I turn to Trinan. Is this brothel? Did you bring us to a brothel?
Yeah, this is Madame Illyria's. This is where people go when they don't want people to know know their business.
You hear Ildred snort behind you, just.
Ildred, did you snag some snort from this tray?
Oh no! I meant you just laughed like snorted.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I mean, if there's actually a snort sitting on that tray, I will investigate what that is.
A snort snag.
Yeah,
You snag, and you snort.
Fine blue-white powder. You were able to grab a little pinch of it if you wanted.
I
Since you're
absolutely
invisible?
would like to, yes.
And you're taking it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out.
Okay. It is fast acting, Ildren. Roll a d6 for me.
Ooh. Oh no.
Get great
This might
music
have been a
on.
bad idea. Yeah, what is happening with this music? That's either very good or very bad, I don't know.
Suddenly
Always good when you're doing drugs.
Okay. Suddenly, like the music. You don't even know if there was music, but you hear it now, and it is so good. The lights are so bright, and you feel invigorated. Your strength score temporarily becomes 20.
That's insane, because it's
You
normally
feel
8.
yeah. You feel like you could
Oh!
like lift this entire building up on your shoulders.
Oh! I immediately just put a hand on your sort of shoulder, and you just feel like this uncomfortable, just like grip, as I don't know my own strength for a second. I'm just like, oh my god! I need to get out of here before I wreck something.
Yeah, your friend can drop his concealment if he wants to. I mean, hey, if you want to stay invisible, that's fine with me. So what do you need
It's
to
my
know?
kink!
The jig's up now, Mildred. Come on.
Well, I'll drop invisibility, but I'm a little concerned about how they take my appearance.
Ildren,
But I'm also snorted up right now, so I don't really give a shit. I'm just like, fine!
yeah, you get the sense that you're not the first person who's a little bit different to appear from nowhere in this establishment. As people look at you, but more so they seem to be intrigued than anything. You also notice that off in a corner at a table there are a couple of people that are in like a very intense arm wrestling match. Suddenly you're like, oh fuck, I'm the strongest man in the world.
I shove my way towards the table. And I just start shit talking whichever one looks bigger. You can't, you're not gonna win this one, bud. Just give up. You can't do it. I don't know how much money you have on this.
And this beefy looking woman, as you say this, without even like flinching, just turns to you and says, "Oh yeah," slams her opponent's fist down on the table and says, "You got next then, bub?"
I got now, and I just kick the dude that just lost out of the way.
I'm just cackling at this.
You just like easily push this guy over and hop into the seat. She says, "How much are we putting on it?"
How about a little information? Well, you gotta answer me 3 questions if I win, huh? New to town, just wanna know what's happening. Let's do this, come on!
And if I win, I get an hour. Pretty boy. You.
I spend 3 seconds calculating it, which in my snorted up mind is like an eternity. And I look her back in the eyes, and I say, "Game on, Chica, let's do this."
Okay, so your strength score is 20, so you have a +5 modifier instead of a -1. You don't have proficiency in athletics here, but go ahead and make an athletics roll, and you'll just add, I guess, 6 to your roll since you have a -1. Someone else roll for her. Roll a d20 for me.
Okay,
What am I adding?
She has a +2. Like, she's very strong, but really much higher than that.
Shit.
Just insane.
Tell me there's more than one skill check involved in this.
So you feel your, like, instantly this newfound strength, but it's no match, and she's just torquing your hand. You're about, like, halfway down. Make a second check. She's gonna try to finish you.
Okay. Bet she is.
Yeah, she is.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Easy, Yosara.
and with that, you're able to get it about back to the middle. She still has, like, slightly the edge on you. You can see that, like, there's, like, a bead of sweat at her brow. And she says, "All right, then, you got a couple of tricks up your sleeve. I like it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna break you."
I like living dangerously.
And go ahead and roll once more.
Oh my god.
She gets you again back to halfway to pins, and suddenly you feel your strength start to fade,
Oh no.
and your head starts to pound. You're gonna take. Go ahead and roll just any die for me, real quick, Ildren.
Any
1 is
die?
intelligent, or even is intelligence,
Okay.
odd is wisdom.
Alright, trusty D6.
Okay, we don't need the modifier there. So I said even was wisdom.
Sorry,
So you're gonna have a -5 to your wisdom score for the next little while.
Ooh, okay. -5? I have a 7 wisdom. Gotcha.
Down to 7. Okay, you're not. Your strength fades, but you don't even fully notice that it fades because your perception is so shot.
I'm just so overconfident because my insight into my own mind is just kaput.
Go ahead and make one more check, but you're back down to your normal strength score.
Oh no. Oh
I
god.
love this game you came up with. This is amazing. I love this drug.
This is the worst thing that could have happened.
This is all improvised too.
Ah!
Oh, Ildren! Somehow you. And I'm going to give you a chance if you want to do some sort of, like, some trickery
Oh,
or
thank God.
something. Go ahead, because you get her back up to even, like, mustering every bit of strength you have.
Oh my god. Oh god, what can I do?
Like, how much of this is Yosara seeing or could get involved with if she wants?
Oh, Yosara, yeah, you said you were staring and loving every minute of this, so absolutely you see what's going on.
I don't think I have anything. You sorry? You doing anything? You gonna help me out here, girl?
So fucking lucky.
I hate the music. I don't have anything up my sleeve. I'm gonna have to hope to beat her with my sheer strength.
Okay.
Cael, can I try to distract her?
Yeah. What do you do? Describe that first, and then roll. You can just roll persuasion.
Find this music.
I will.
Your most listened to track.
So funny. I'm sorry. I will throw out Fey Presence to try to charm her, and then is going to just, like, right as Ildren is trying to, like, win this last, like, push of this arm wrestling match, Yosara is just gonna look at the girl and be like, "Man, you are barking up the wrong tree in this bar. I promise you that."
Okay, I got a nat 1 on her wisdom save, so make this perception check with persuasion check with advantage here. Yeah, she's charmed by you. She's distracted. Ildren, I'm gonna say you get a +10 to this roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and make one last check.
Oh, mother of God.
This is hers.
Oh no! You slam her distracted arm down, and there's this just wave of silence that kind of ripples from the people around watching this. They're in utter disbelief that you have just bested this behemoth. And she looks around.
I kind of snap my fingers at the two that had the tray earlier. I'm like, I'd like a room for the three of us now. Because I don't want to talk to her in front of everybody. I want to talk to her in a quiet place. But
I give you a little sideways glance, but I follow your lead with it. I'm just like,
I
And
don't care.
they oblige, and they take. So it's you, Ildren, and this woman.
Yep.
Okay, you're ditching old thieves' can't guy.
Yeah.
not a part of this.
His usefulness was getting you in the door, and so yeah, you head off to a room and close the door behind you. We will check back in with you here in a moment. Batman and Sana, you see this woman come out. Said that you were asking for her. What do you do?
Sana, after having hit her head on the wall, dusts herself off and walks over, and says, "Sorry for the yelling, but we just wanted to speak to you about these flyers." And she gestures to Bahat Man, and kind of like the here, and then like puts her hand forward so he'll do his thing that he's been doing every time with the flyers, basically.
I'm going to attempt to intimidate her and say, "Yeah, we saw these flyers and saw your name was on it. Do you have any information about this?"
Roll intimidation.
There we go. I meant to do it with disadvantage. 7.
Okay. And she says, "I'll tell you what I told all you knights. I'm not taking them down. You can't sweep this under the rug. I won't be silenced."
We're not here to silence you, Sana says very calmly. We're actually here to learn what happened to Wraith, as we have 2 people that are missing, and we believe them to be in this realm. Can you tell us what caused you to have to put up these flyers for him?
Ungris, suddenly I'm feeling very unwell. I think I'm going to have to take a half day. Yeah, well, you know, we're going to have to dock your pay for that. We can't just have you run off. You're leaving me short-staffed here, Tandra.
And Sana
You'll get over it.
Fishes out some gold, about 10 pieces, and literally tossed it straight at him and says, "Don't worry. We'll take care of her pay, and there's something for you as well."
And her eyes grow wide and says, "Well, all right, Tandra, go ahead and take tomorrow off too if you'd like." You've successfully bought her second half of the shift in the next day.
Yep. And then I motioned to her to walk by me, and then kind of look at Bahat Man and say, "Well, let's go."
Bahamut goes, "Sure," and then he hands him a wad of rolled up paper with green faces on it. Goes, "Keep the change." Walks off.
What is this, lettuce? Cael?
Welcome.
Okay.
And Sana's already out the door by this time, so she didn't even see what he just did.
Tandra is walking with determination out of the mine shaft. She is heading back toward the shanty town. It's at this point. When were you planning to meet back up in half an hour?
I originally said half an hour, so that's why I've been making sure that we don't get involved in too much. I mean, I would have loved to have a mine fight. I'm not gonna lie. So I was actually kind of excited, but it was no, hold on. I got 30 minutes. I gotta go back and meet Yosara. She's probably gonna be there right on time, right exactly when we said.
Well, the walking itself took a bit of time. It's not as it's maybe a quarter of a mile from the shantytown to the mines, and so you're pretty close here to your half hour. And as you're walking back through these little huts, you notice, both of you, there are no more flyers on doors.
What the?
Tandra leads you to a small hut. She's kind of, as she opens the door, you see the tack is still there, and she says, "Come on in.
Thank
You want to talk? Let's talk."
What happened? And Sana ducks in. What happened with all the other flyers? Is this regular occurrence? You did mention something about you're not gonna stop putting them up, so.
Every day I put them up. Every day they take them down.
Okay. So why are you putting them up in the first place? What happened?
My boy was taken from me. I know that he was taken, just like all of them.
Okay. Tell me details. I want you to walk me through the whole story. And Sana is like sitting there like really attentively, like ready to listen to this whole story this lady's gonna tell her about what happened to her kid.
What do you know about Frostmarch?
Let's just say, and you're gonna assume that we, and she motions to Bahamut, we don't know anything. Just assume like we have no idea what's going on whatsoever. I want you to tell us as much information as you feel is relevant to what's happening.
Fair enough. All started about 6 months back.
Okay.
Little boy went missing.
Mm-hmm.
That happens from time to time. They show up. 2 weeks goes by, he doesn't reappear. And in that time, 2 more. All from Slush Acre. All young. Too young to work.
So what
But of
age
course-
range are you thinking right now? That like, are we talking like 5 to 14 or?
Sure.
Okay.
About that. Rafe is 6.
Race 6, okay.
But the Watch doesn't want to hear it. Every time we've tried to say something, they just tell us we're negligent parents, slush scum.
Okay.
They know something. They know where my boy is, what happened to him.
Okay.
Is-
Is there a specific area where the kids like go to play and that's where they end up missing?
I'm not proud of this, but I'm not the most attentive mother.
Okay.
We can't be. We have to work. We don't get to sit in luxury like the folks behind the walls. That's hard work. When I'm not working, I'm cooking or I'm sleeping. So yeah, kids, they tend to have their run of the place. They're everywhere.
But are they disappearing like closer to the town? Closer to the mines? Closer to the woods? I mean, even the foreman himself that we met in your mine, he was the first person we saw when we ourselves arrived out of the woods, and he said we're the first person he's ever seen come out of there. So, just any more detail?
And that's what we heard at first was animals or off in the woods, but we've sent search parties.
Mhm.
I've manned some myself, and nothing.
Now, how long has Wraith been missing?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
3
And-
long, miserable weeks.
I'm sure. I can understand, as a parent, it's very hard to have a child be missing such a long time. Now, I am going to ask you something because I do know a little bit about the area. What can you tell me about a dragon that's supposed to be around here?
Oh, you mean the Icebringer?
I'm not sure if that's the name, but I know.
Well, if you're talking about a dragon, that must be what you're talking about. Well, it's dead.
When did that happen?
A year or so ago.
Okay. And where
I mean,
and how?
the hero. Oh well, the keeper of Frostmarch Cyrus Drakeslayer got his name for being so damn good at killing dragons.
Hold on, could you repeat that name again, please?
Cyrus Drakeslayer. Is he the leader of the Watch Gang?
Well, Cyrus, God's rest him, he passed
Okay, so
about
he
6 months back.
when the children started missing, or did he die before the children started missing?
And she kind of looks off and she says, come to think of it, maybe it was about around the same time.
Well, you
Give or take.
mentioned 6 months was when the first child.
How did he die? Was there mysterious circumstances?
Well, slaying a dragon is difficult work, and we all saw him return. He was the only one of the regiment, and he was grievously wounded, but we thought he would make a recovery, but succumbed to those injuries. Ever since his son, spits on the ground, Gaffney, has been in charge, and he's nothing like his father. Cyrus was an excellent man, a just man, strong man. Gaffney's weak.
And is Gaffney 100% in charge of Frostmarch? He's up at the very top, staying in the main building.
Yes.
In the keep.
Yes, indeed, and he has his pretty little watch to do what he says. Tear down posters. Intimidate people into not coming forward with information. It all stinks.
How do we get a meeting with this, Daphne?
Like I haven't tried. Doesn't seem to listen to anybody. Except sometimes his brother, Kadri. Oh, he's the priest at the church of Auril.
Okay.
Now he's a fine man. Reminds me a lot of his father. But
Sure.
being the younger son, he was called to the cloth.
I see. And is there any other siblings that Gaffin has? Or Kadri?
Just the
two
two.
of them? And if something were to happen to Gaffin, would Kadri disregard his cloth and take over, or does Gaffin have a marriage and a family that will inherit the watch of the keep?
Only way Gaffney could convince someone to be with him is through force. So no, man has no family
Okay,
except his brother.
I gotcha.
I
Kadri, if we wanted to get a meeting with Kadri, could we just walk in and offer to make a substantial offering to his god? Or would we have to do something more heroic?
Kadri visits time to time. He prays with us for the
this
safe
might
return
be
of our
easier than I
children.
thought.
So,
Uh,
like the shrine that you have at the mines, is that
Oh.
towards the god or goddess that Kadri serves?
It's not really to any god. It's a memorial.
Oh,
A few months back, we lost one of our family,
in the
mining
mines.
family.
Oh,
Not in the mines. No, she worked. Her name is Ebril. She just showed up dead. As we second shift was coming in, there she was. Her body. Now I didn't see it, but the
How
officials
many-
whisked her away. But people say she was attacked, mangled.
how many months ago was that?
About 4.5.
So a little bit, the children had started being taken, and then her body showed up a bit.
Well,
mangled.
now I'm getting confused because no, she was before the children, so maybe it hasn't been 6 months for the children. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's hard to keep track of time when the sun never rises.
It's all right. I understand, and you have your shifts, and it's the only way you keep track of time. Just trying to get a good
But I-
timeline.
But I know for a fact that she was mauled by whatever it was before the children
before
started
the children.
disappearing. Yeah.
All
When
right.
it comes to the mine, do you use any kind of equipment that could do that kind of damage? Or is most of the mining with just simple tools and pickaxes? Peasant equipment, if you will.
I do take that as offense, but yes,
You're welcome. Thank you.
hasn't he equipment, as you say?
It just means that you don't have any unmanned machinery that could easily be used to damage someone in a sense.
Oh, we don't.
Like
We don't have
highly
machinery.
Advanced. Yes. So that's just mainly
I-
just handheld tools is what y'all are using in the mines these days.
Oh yeah, I talked to Ibriel's wife, Dana, and she said it wasn't no pickaxe.
Gotcha. Is Ebriel's my first shift or second shift?
She's neither. She sadly took her own life.
And that
Our
does
grief,
happen.
I reckon.
Yes, that does tend to happen when one loses one's
But
family.
But I'll give you this. I do remember. Gosh, this was somewhere in that same time. A woman I sometimes run into in the hub when I'm able to get in there. What's her name? Hilda, Helga, something like that.
So it starts with an A. Could be
She
something.
was saying that her husband went missing.
So it might not just be the children and someone dying out here. There could be more people further into the town that are missing as well.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Was there
She,
anything else?
She runs a little fish shop
Fish
over
shop?
in the hub.
Okay.
Yeah, if you make your way into the city.
Well, we're waiting for our friends here. We're gonna wait, if you don't mind, we're gonna wait just a little bit outside of your hut because they got in the city, and if they don't appear, we'll probably try and head into the city to find them. But if you should think of anything, and that's when Sana fishes out 10 more gold coins and puts it on the table. Just,
You are
just try and find us because we are looking for 2 people ourselves that have gone missing, and
ma'am, I can't accept this. This is
no, you
this is
have
too
to
much.
because I already gave some to your foreman, and you're going to be taking time off, and I know it's probably been hard for you and your kid, and I have no use for it at this time. So
Well, I will do anything I can to help you. Let me. I'll show you this. A couple nights ago, someone threw this through my window,
okay.
and she hands you a rock, and attached to that rock is a scrap of parchment, and it has 3 big blocky red letters. It says "Stop or else."
Crude handwriting, and I take the note off of it and hand it over to my hot man to get a look at it.
Oh, you analyze it.
Yeah, give me investigation checks.
Yeah.
See if you can discern anything from this.
Nice.
Yeah, with a 20, as you're looking this over, something to do with maybe the slant of it or the smudging, but you're confident whoever wrote this was left-handed.
Well, I definitely can tell it's a lefty, a hot man, but other than that, without any writing from anyone else, I'm not going to be able to get much more information from it, I don't think.
Lefties. I don't trust them.
Speaking of not trusting, there is someone you might want to look into.
Oh, and do you mind if I keep this writing and rock just in case?
I have no use for it.
And don't, before you tell me what you're going to tell me, if anyone should threaten you while we're still here, please come find me and I will take care of it for you.
How can I find you?
Oh, I stand out.
I suppose you do.
Yes. What were you going to say?
Just
Fella's name is Audric, and he lives up to the name. Never met anyone quite so queer. Keeps going on about Blight of the North. Whatever the hell that is. He's a beggar, a mendicant. But he's always lurking about. Sometimes here, sometimes in the city. Babbling on, lurking.
What do they look like as they lurk?
Oh, trust me, if you... Oh, what does he look like? He just looks like an old drunk, but
Oh, okay.
lingers just a little too long.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Bahatman, and let him finish off any questions he might have. And I kind of get up and move over and just kind of motion to him to finish off with any questions he might have himself with Robin and everything.
We'll find your kid if he's still alive. And then I walk out.
Okay.
Perfect.
Look, do not think that your kid is dead. Just know that we're gonna be looking to either find them alive or recover the body for you. And just find me big bright red horns. You know, just if you bye. And I like quickly run out after Bahatman after saying that.
Perfect. Okay, it is getting late, so I'm totally fine if we want to stop here. I know we got a little bit later of a start too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try not to do that again.
Oh,
Okay.
no, not at
Still
all a
happens.
problem. You do what you do. You
Okay.
gotta react to the punches life throws.
A lot of them lately.
This is a good health point, so.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for trusting me to take the helm for a short while.
We're glad
No,
you're
thanks for
back.
doing it. I've been wanting to play for a while, and the last 2 weeks, there's been a lot going on, and it was great for Cael. We've been talking about this for a while, and I was like, how would you like to run like a one-shot, two-shot kind of thing? He'd be like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'm going to save it for when I really need it. And this week I was like, Cael, I need it. He's like, I got you, buddy.
That's awesome. Damn.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. Just chat me if I'm being too much.
Impossible.
All right, well, that's gonna be it for our D&D session tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. You'll catch us next Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll be right on time. If not, we'll be.
I think we will be.
later. So we'll
I think we'll be
pick
on
back
time for a
up
while.
and see what our friends get into. Thank you guys so much.